Hello. Here we are actually live on camera and everything now. And as you can see, I'm joined by a stand-in guest host for David for this time. We have Matthew Hawker from Break My Game and Coup Games. And anything else I'm forgetting, Matthew?
It probably covers it, honestly. I think that pretty much wraps it up in a nice bow. Thank you. Excited to
Awesome.
be here, Heather.
Yes, thank you for filling the seat.
Of course.
And hopefully, well, David will be back near the end of Protospiel Online weekend this time, but we'll miss his infectious cheerleading and everything. But Matthew's gonna do best to fill in that vibe, right?
Heather sent me to a 6-week cheerleading camp exclusively for this event, so I'm really excited to put those skills to use.
Perfect. And hi everyone in chat. So we're figuring out what happens when we have an assistant that's not also an organizer. So we're gonna have Matthew drive. What we're going to be doing with this, however long it takes, is going over everything that's been put in the listing on our website. So these are not necessarily all the games that will be play tested at Protospiel Online, but they're the ones that people wanted to tell people about in advance and give a chance to say they're interested and everything like that. And so these designers are planning to come and show them off. And we'll just keep going until we get to the end of the list. If people are still posting, the one that I saw before we started the stream that was the most recent one posted might not be the most recent one posted by the end of the stream, but if it's there by the time we get to the last post, then it'll get featured in the stream. So let me turn on Matthew's
The best way to
chair.
keep the stream going is to continue to submit games. Then Heather and I are stuck here forever. So it's a great way to roll right into Protospiel Online. Just keep it coming.
Exactly. Okay. And I think actually I'm going to also have, it's a little bit hard for me to read in the view, so give me 1 second so I can also, just for my reference, be able to look at it off to the side.
Absolutely. Heather, would you like me to read these out loud using my narrator voice?
I mean, you can definitely like say the titles and everything like that, but reading everything would be bonkers. Oh, actually, and do me a favor, Matthew, too. And this is so the page that we're on right now is the archive page, right? That just gives the quick view of everything.
Oh.
But we also can navigate through with see details. So hit see details, and we'll look at the full listing each time we're looking at all of these.
Nice.
Then when we get done, you'll see you should see the name of the next one to click on, and that's what we'll do to move through them. 1 sec.
Absolutely. We scroll up. Oh, goodness. Oh, the colors. I love it. I'm already obsessed with it.
Yes. Yeah, there's just a lot of fun, bright stuff in here, I think.
Yes.
Just fun, like lighthearted, I guess is what I mean, stuff. Not necessarily light mechanics, but
I love this dual picture too of the tabletop playground and the tabletopia. That's a really cool and smart thing. I'm gonna pocket that. I'm gonna definitely pocket that strategy. Very cool.
Multiple options, folks. Okay. And I'm getting where you are, so we can reference what you're looking at.
Yeah. I see that emoji face. Nope. No. It's awesome. You have to embrace it.
There's so many emojis in the chat right now. I'm afraid this is gonna look like nonsense, I bet you. Yeah.
Huxleroy, Huxley Khan, Huxley Booty, Huxley Midori, Huxley Lavender, Amibanis. Right. So that's table here. Excellent.
Got it. Yep. Okay, this is your game then. This is Jamie saying all the crazy emojis, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Not a lot of examples to follow. Fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, and it's really up to you how many details you want to put in. It looks like you did go the extra mile, and you're not required to put in all the bingo stuff, but I guess, kind of the anatomy of the page that we're looking at here for people who are uninitiated. And you can be like browsing this on, those of you in the chat that are going along for the ride with us. If you want to open up your browser and be hitting interested and stuff when you do see something that you're interested in, that button is kind of just below what you can see Matthew showing right now. That interested to play will send a very simple little email message to the designer to let them know that you're watching for them.
Ooh.
Does Jamie say here? TTP version is fully scripted, so it's far and away better than the Tabletopia version. And add. I see. Yeah, that's exciting. I haven't played a lot of scripted TTP games, so that's exciting.
That is cool. That's I feel like that's just. Oh, yes, it is definitely the incantation. Yes.
You just released the mummy.
That's fine. It wouldn't be the first time. It won't be the last. Oh goodness. Oh, this is exciting though. We're in final testing, casual audience, tabletop playground, and Tabletopia. Like, we're ready for anything here. Anything is possible with this game.
So this is Amoebunnies. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right.
Amoebunnies? 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 Amoebunnies. Jamie dropped a yeah, but I said so many things. I'm just going to assume they're all correct. I'm going to embrace that. It's going to be mine. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, and some of the things that you can see at the bottom of some of the postings, not all of them, this isn't required, but is like the different themes, mechanics, formats, designer experience, and components. And those are all the columns of the bingo card. I don't have mine like right at my elbow, but if you want to play bingo during Protospiel Online, it's you just have to fill out one square to get everything that's in the prize pack from the donors.
Ooh.
But the more winning patterns you get, the more entries you're going to get in our Wheel of Names spin that we're going to be actually doing pretty quickly after Protospiel Online next weekend the 13th. So faster turnaround than we usually do with that. So portmanteau of amoeba bunnies. Yeah. So it's not bunnies.
Amoebunny?
Do.
Can I just
Amoebunnies.
Can I just hit like interested to play in all these games? Is that cheating? Like, can I do that? Like, I'm going through them.
You can. Everybody's going to know that you're doing it to everybody, and that it's probably doesn't have a lot of meaning.
That's fair. That's fair. Awesome.
Derwin says cool. We'll try not to clutter the wheel next time. Hey, you do you. You want a prize. If you want to make sure, you can make sure. It's funny when it happens.
Got a wheel and deal. All right. Let's see here. Shall we mosey on to the next? Shall we stick around?
I think so. I think unless we have the designer here, so I don't know if there's any like. I think we called some things out. If we missed anything in our just generally getting started, please call it out. But yeah, it's a casual level game. A couple of different possible ways to play it, and very colorful, and probably rules that work since it's in final test.
Yeah. I love that a lot of paths here. Looking for a publisher, self-publishing, we're crowdfunding, print-on-demand, retail distribution, planning. We're doing it all. We're knocking it all out. We are going in every direction possible. And honestly, kudos, because I think it's good to keep the options open. So really cool. Awesome. All right.
So hello, Veramovax. That is a new name to me, so I'm not linking you to a person I've talked to before, but good to have you with us. Yeah, nope, I think you're trying to complete your own unique objective is kind of the central point of this game.
I didn't know impressive illustrations was a component option. Now I feel like my games do not have impressive illustrations because I did not select that.
Oh, well, I've seen some of your games that definitely have that certain times anyways.
I know, but I want to put that on the component listing for all my games. Impressive illustrations featured here.
It's funny. It's like it feels good to give it to play a game and then see that square on your bingo card and be like, yeah, I'm impressed. So it's impressive.
I'm always impressed. Check.
Right.
Checking it off. Very nice.
Yes, hello, Ishay. Good to have you with us.
All right. Let's jump into the next one.
Very good. This one is an Amiibo Bunnies is brand new. I haven't seen that one before. And I think Jamie is also brand new. So welcome.
Welcome, Jamie. this
one has come before, though. This is from a repeat attendee, and it's a repeat test game from Roger, obviously, is his first name. I'm never sure where the emphasis is on Malash or exactly how to pronounce it. And I'm sorry, Roger. I know I've literally asked you, and I just cannot. I need to get a mnemonic for how to pronounce your last name. So I'm sorry about that. But this is a co-op game. I played this one at the last Protospiel Online about spiders trying to get escape from the missile silo and get world domination.
Interesting. Yeah, it says survive in a cooperative world of webs and fangs. I'm like, well, spiders have an easy time surviving in webs, but the fangs, that sounds scary.
There's a lot of other types of insects going on that are kind of controlled by AI. So what? Oh, yep. Have to deal with your accomplish your main objective while dealing with the constant perils of starvation and invaders.
Ooh. Interesting.
Or it has been a missile silo before, but it might not still be. But the Hoover bot is still coming, which was kind of an initial conceit. Games, when you get sucked up by the Hoover, you haven't made it. That's a way of losing.
Right. Goodness. Is it a cooperative game? So it says a cooperative world. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yes.
I guess that makes sense. 1 to 4 players.
And Jamie confirms, yes, new. And we have an Arachnid fan in Derwent. And oh, yay. And Ashay says, I also click interested to play on all of them. Just assume I've clicked interested to play.
Good. Excellent.
Sugar-free Red Bull on deck. Woo!
Honestly, you've become a super play tester when you can play test multiple games at the same time. You have one up on Tabletop Playground, one up on Screen Top. You're knocking them all out. You're just rolling through them all at once. Check off every bingo.
If only you could be. If you had 2 completely different computers and 2 completely different logins, you could be in 2 Discord voice channels at the same time.
That's true. You have one on your phone, one on your computer. You knock on your neighbor's door. Excuse me, I need to use your computer as well. You just have it all set up. Very cool. More game details down here as well.
Yeah, some of these might have videos. We won't play the videos if they have them, but that is an option for you to put into your post. And there's options to add more than one image too, but not everybody does that.
Looking for a publisher. Very nice. Any publishers in the chat tonight? You better be writing these down. All right. Awesome. Designer identifies as Curious Canadian. Okay. Shall we hit the next?
Yep, that sounds good.
Let's go to Loaded Dice. A King of the Hill style game with a casino theme. Players try to win the most money from the house by working together to manipulate the game in their favor.
Very good. This one looks like it's a short, kind of casual game. One of those that you can fit in quickly on Screen Top. Easy to jump in on.
Yeah, I can see that. I was trying to see if there are any other. It's interesting because I'm trying to use my eyes. That's a very weird thing to say. I'm trying to look deeper into the image and see if I can get any context. Because it looks like there's players' dice There's something that looks like Rudy, and then there's another thing that looks like I don't know, but I'm very interested in this. I like King of the Hill. I think that's a really cool mechanic to play with.
I like the casino theme too because it draws in noobs. You know. I have one of the open house mystery parties kits that I started making and testing is casino themed. Only tested that one once. Then I switched to a different set of characters paradigm. But yeah, we did that. It was a big old party. Man, it was complicated. And Jack says, I like the part where the spiders trade in the Mediterranean. This is from page before, but I'm getting behind here. And build train routes to the Saturn. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Zoe is using eyes, using its eyes too. Big mood. Oh my gosh. I love it. Abstract. Very cool. Ooh, online creator. Heather, I'm so bad at paying attention to all of these cool descriptions, and then every time y'all do the Twitch stream, I pop on, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I'm going to do that next time. And then next time I completely forget, and I just put some nonsense sentence, and I completely forget about the cool descriptors.
Okay, right. This loaded dice you played an early version of, Jack, is that right?
Very interesting concept to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very good. Very good.
Yee. Yee. All right. Excellent. Okay. Next up, we have Nayakas.
That seems
Nayakas. Oh, this is Andy. I wonder if Andy's in here. I would. Let's see here. Nayakas is an asymmetric worker placement game. As rulers of independent kingdoms, after the fall of India's largest empire, send workers to collect resources and hire artisans to increase prosperity.
Okay.
Spicy says, I think I've seen this on BMG and have been really interested. Yeah, this looks cool. I've played this. I've played this before.
Okay. There you go.
I use my eyes, and then and once I did that, everything became clear. Like I immediately understood what was happening. I didn't recognize the image to the right. I think that's new, but I definitely recognized the image to the left.
Okay. Especially when you use your eyes, it's quite good. Yeah.
Once you're using those, whew, games just go to a whole new level.
What do your elf eyes see, Matthew?
I'm not able to disclose that information at this time. My elf eyes see things that, sorry. Let's see here. Wow, look at all that. Very cool.
I haven't seen this one in the prototype listing before. I don't remember this from one of these streams before, but maybe Andy's been just doing a player's wanted card that I haven't noticed. Because Derwent says keep missing this one. This will be the time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'd like to play this one again because I had a really good time with this before. Very cool.
What is it that you particularly like about it since you have played it?
It was fun.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I was doing it in the game, and I was like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. And so I think that was probably my favorite part of the experience, was just the fun I had. Yeah. Heather, you asked me before this to can I do like a David impression? How am I doing so far? You think am I dishing the David, or am I not quite there yet?
You two have so much in common, and you're also the exact opposite of each other. It's like so hard to describe that for me, I think.
Zoe says nailing it. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. We have I like this Bagel Blitz coming up here.
Maybe there's a Panchat, I think, was I remember that one being, I think, in the stream last time. I don't know if you're thinking of that one, but
See, bagel making is hard work, especially in the forest. Every time you add a bagel into a grid, a bagel falls on the ground. The forest animals will help you earn money. Most earned by sunset wins.
So 2 great tastes that taste great together, bagels and woodland animals, right?
I gotta say though, like if I would feel like such a bagel klutz if I was like putting a bagel somewhere and then I was dropping another bagel somewhere else, and I'd be like, thank goodness these forest animals are getting me some money, right? Like it's a game about dough where you make dough. Like there's something pretty nice about that.
Very true.
Zoe says 10-second rule. True. I live by the 2-day rule with bagels. I mean, you just throw it back in the toaster oven. It's fine.
I guess the first question that comes to my mind is like, is there schmear? Are there different flavors of bagels? Different flavors of schmear?
Maybe.
It's unclear at this
point.
Probably.
But there's a lot of so I'm obsessed with onion bagels. They're my favorite bagels, and like half the grocery stores I used to go to stop selling them. They just don't sell them anymore. Yeah.
What?
I know. I know.
No.
I know. I know. So if this game has an onion bagel, like I'm in. I'm all in. I will buy this game immediately. All right.
Do they have everything bagels still?
They do, but it's like, come on, that's boring. Like,
but if they're not but if they're not making onion bagels, the everything bagel's not even going to have onion on it, right?
Correct. Probably not. Yeah. Well, it should have everything, but that's a lie. It definitely does not have everything. That doesn't even make sense. right.
It's like, climate change has killed all the dried onion bits.
Does an everything bagel have climate change on it? I thought that was what Zoe was trying to say. Like the everything bagel also has climate change.
I mean, if we're going into the everything everywhere all at once, there's some
True.
There's some bagel lore there.
I love a good middling status in games. That's like such a great space to be, because there's like you've probably finally found your core, probably, and now it's just like figuring out all the nitpicky stuff, maybe, unless somebody throws like a tidal wave of something at you and then everything changes. I love that stage because it's probably in that stage, but at any moment it might just be done, or it might just go all the way back. It's wild. Okay, let's see here. Next up we have Heritage. This is by Jacob Meyerkoff.
Yep, and that I would expect it to be pronounced Meyerkoff, knowing about my mom's maiden name, and that's the last syllable in it, and that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, perfect.
So
perfect.
I feel pretty sure that that's right in this case.
Nice.
So this is also a new to Protospiel Online designer.
Oh, that's a good point. Especially as a playtester, middling's great. Still plenty of time to send them back to the drawing board.
right.
Okay. In Heritage, strategically battle with your medieval army to push conditions for victory in your favor and outsmart opponents by predicting their moves and adapt your card abilities to counter them. Interesting. Okay. So this is 1 or 2 players. So I guess like there's like a solo mode where you fight the AI of the game, essentially.
Very good.
Huh. Very cool.
And Emily has played Heritage.
Ooh.
Vouches for it.
Emily, what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And this one is a heavy, longer game. Nice. 10 minutes for the test, and plus the time for teaching. Feedback at the end.
Awesome.
Did you have a question for Emily, though?
I was going to say, what was you played it before? I was curious what your favorite part of the experience was outside of having fun, because that's the
I was gonna,
the go-to.
I was gonna say there is a correct answer, Emily.
Yeah, it's having fun. Yeah. Oh gosh.
If we're gonna stay on theme, that is, yeah.
I'm curious about the adaptable cards. That's very interesting to me. Okay.
Like,
All right.
yeah, in what way are they adaptable? Are they like
Mm-hmm.
in real life? Are they like sleeved cards? But it's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be different on the desktop or on the digital version.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I've been wanting to play more versus games lately. I think there's a lot of cool area to explore there. There's a cool mechanic on who wins the battle. Ooh, spicy. I like that. All right. Next up is Patch Bay by. Oh, good.
Mark Marino is here to provide the dad jokes overlaid on all the other games. With Mark Marino has a game called Dad Jokes.
Ooh, exciting.
And is just a little bit late with the everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. There was a while there where I was having that on a half avocado, and it was a lovely, satisfying lunch until avocados started being lame every time I ordered them from the grocery store and didn't get them myself. So,
what?
Oh well.
Unfortunate.
Can it be your lifetime role to be the dad joke provider? Hey, that's up to you, man. If you want it to be, it will be.
Yeah, if you want to will that into being, that's your prerogative. Absolutely.
Everything popcorn seasoning is life-changing.
I've never had that.
It sounds good.
I think mixing chocolate with popcorn is life-changing. If you've never tried that.
Well, I haven't done it myself, but I've bought chocolate-covered popcorn from like the Boy Scouts or something like that at some point.
Wait, the Boy Scouts are selling chocolate-covered popcorn? What?
I think so.
Interesting.
Or they have it points, yeah.
I'm gonna have to track down some Boy Scouts and like, where's the peanut? Where's the chocolate-covered popcorn? Where is it?
They're like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
No. Why are the Boy Scouts working at Wendy's? Hey, Roger, welcome. We actually were talking about your game just a moment ago.
Yes, you were early poster, so you did miss your game.
It was very cool.
You missed me mispronouncing your last name, Roger. I'm sorry. Being very unconfident about how to pronounce it anyway.
All right, let's see here. So we have Patch Bay up next. Hack into a slot machine with your friends to win money. Work together by shifting and rolling dice so they match a winning line, but don't push the machine to its limit in this co-op puzzle game.
Ooh, co-op puzzle game. Yay. That sounds fun.
I do like hacking into the mainframe. In this case, a slot machine.
I believe Nick Federico is a returning attendee, but Adam Corey sounds new to me. It's a new name to me.
I missed there are two designers here.
It's nice. It fits a lot of people and it's nice and short, so this one probably will get a lot of attention, I expect.
Yeah. It's a brand new game too. Very exciting. Okay, cool. All right. Next up we have Grim Tide. Ooh. This is by Chris Mativier. This is by Chris.
Mativier? Do you think it's pronounced like that?
Mativier? Like do you like the hand thing too? Mativier? Like
maybe.
That? I don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay, new feature. Everybody has to say their name, drop it into an audio file. And we have a little button that we can push on it. We'll have them say their name for us.
Honestly, I wish more websites, when it asks for your name, it just asks for the phonetic spelling of your name, and that's it.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if I know how to read phonetic spelling. I guess maybe I need a new life skill, because sometimes I see stuff with all the like lines and stuff, and I'm like, I still don't know what to do.
Yeah, I just think it'd be funnier. I think it would make life much funnier. Like, imagine like on everyone's resume in the world, just the phonetic spelling. Like when someone reaches out to you, it's just like they're like, like just trying to sound out what it looks like.
Zoe would be messing with us with just 5 seconds of static instead of actually saying its name.
That's cool. I wish I could say static. Like I don't know what that would be. Yeah. Close enough. Thank you, Christopher. Or Chris. Yeah, so Grimtide's primary mechanisms are pick up and deliver, okay, an allocation of rolled dice. It uses randomized tiles to simulate exploration as players improve their crews and search for sea monsters.
Very
Oh,
cool.
and Heather, you were right, and I was very, 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 very wrong. It sounds like. So we should have like a point system for who gets the names right.
I know.
I will lose.
It's another game that we're playing dad jokes over the top of this stream and like new prototype that we made up that's name pronunciation trivia.
Interesting.
Cardabla bod? Cardabod? What?
So, I'm looking at this image and I'm wondering, is the octopus using the knife like on its own? Like, did it just have the knife or did it steal someone's knife? Right? Guess we'll have to play the game. Yeah, true.
Disarm you. Now I'm gonna stab you with your own knife. I'm a really, really scary monster.
Interesting. Okay. Now, let's see. I want to look at some of the mechanics here. Yep, just like I said, auction bidding, pick up and deliver, tableau building, nautical theme. Very interesting. Okay.
I'm get him Elmer Fudd to say my name in an echo chamber. So I'm gonna get Elmer Fudd to say my name in an echo chamber. And then we'll all know how to pronounce it, I guess.
Elmer Fudd never pronounces a name wrong, right? Is that I don't know.
I mean, Elmer Fudd is a whole like way of talking, so he is correct.
Yeah.
He's got the correct Elmer Fudd pronunciation.
Cracking me up. Amazing. That's really good. That's a good one. Really, very nice. Very nice.
That one is for Emily's watching. That one is totally for Pirates of the High Teas.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
That sounds like a really good pirate dish that has like, I don't know, some kind of crackle crust or something like that.
Speaking of pirates, we have the Nylon Chaos Sky Pirates up next. This is by Colin Carter Stratton and Kenneth Ziers.
Boom, you got it. I know you're right.
Oh, I look to the right for your head nod of approval every time I say these names. And I just the speed of the nod is so high value in this situation for me, because if it's a slow nod, I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. All right. Choose your friends, choose your heroes, defend your ship from the nefarious empire. While you're at it, make sure those pesky sky sharks and pirates don't take you down as well.
Sounds fun.
Interesting. Ooh, 3 to 5 players. That's a cool player count.
Short or short game length. On
Tabletop
Playground. I was trying to find and make sure this is it still has a lot of the DNA of an earlier version of itself. I'm guessing it has changed a fair bit from when I have play tested it maybe a year or more ago, but still a cooperative game with storytelling elements. It's very heavily based on kind of characters they made up, if I'm not mistaken, in an RPG that they played together and had like a really epic story that they want to carry these characters into, so other people can enjoy them. Which is
really cool, because the playtime's short. I would expect the story game you'd see like a longer playtime, right? Like this is like great playtime. Oh wow, a lot of great. Zoe says this is a fun one, which is cool. And then Pirate Spiel. Heather, are you doing that?
Pirate Spiel. No. How about no? Yeah. Protospiel? Okay, Protospiel is tempting, because like if I had a weekend to just play all games about cats, I would have probably a hard time saying no to that.
What do you call a pirate's speech? Pirate Spiel. Yeah. Cool. I love that. I don't know why this trips me up every time. Whenever I see 6-sided die, I instinctively think that's new, because it's so rare you call it a 6-sided die. It's just a die, right? Like, and then like everything else you label by the side. So I'm like, wait, what is a 6-sided die? And then, oh, That's right.
If somebody says D6, do you think that's new, or is that like more familiar and immediately
I've
called up?
never had someone say D6 to me in my entire life. I've only ever seen it online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. When you
Yeah,
hear it
like,
out loud, I'm like,
yeah.
there's no way you haven't heard that term at this point.
I know. It just like everyone just call. They don't. I don't think we say the word dice. We just roll. You roll dotted cubes. That's what we call them.
Two-sided coin. Yeah. Right. Just like a coin is like always two-sided. I don't think it can be a coin unless it's two-sided. Right? I can't really picture a way.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I think I might have missed maths here. You make Protospiel, I'll sign up for it. Right meow. Okay.
You should sign up for it right meow anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have On Nuts! Exclamation point. This is by Sarah Addison. Okay, I think I'm good. All right. A cooperative programming card game about a squirrel collecting its buried acorns.
Another cooperative game. Lots of that.
Mm-hmm. This one's nearing completion. 2 to 4 players, 60-minute play, 15-minute teach, 20-minute talk.
Very good.
This chat is going wild, right? This is how you know you have a community of designers. When people start like taking that phrase, and now we have a nothing-sided coin, a double-sided coin. Like, I want to see components listed like this. Like in this box, you'll have a double-sided, like a two-sided coin. And people are like, wait, what? Like I would be compelled by that.
The nothing-sided coin is the nemesis to the everything-topped bagel. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Can you flip a coin with no sides?
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
You're blowing my mind here, Matthew.
Protospiel Online chat, please let us know if you can flip a coin with no sides. Right, looking for a publisher, crowdfunding. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Theme animals. Like whenever I see squirrels, like I wonder what other animals they're putting in. Because like, is it just gonna be squirrels? Like, is it gonna be like a whole like park world? Are there gonna be humans? Like, there's so much potential with squirrels. Unlike any other animal, squirrels have unlimited potential.
It's true. Yeah. Yep.
Just like in real life. Rainbow Dice is up next. We have Rainbow Dice, also by Sarah Addison. A competitive dice game. Attempt to roll 6 different colors on the dice to collect a rainbow for points. Collect color cards with abilities that alter the dice after rolling.
Okay. I can see their symbology to go with the colors, right? Kind of like the lucky charm. Yeah, you need the Lucky Charms IP for your rainbow dice, Sarah. Because it definitely is giving me Lucky Charms vibes.
I hope it's just the marshmallows.
Now, caltrop, what does that word mean again? I've definitely heard it before.
Well, as someone who studied English in college, I know the definition of all words. And typing you here is just me slipping my handle on the computer. But a caltrop is a spiked metal device thrown on the ground to impede wheeled vehicles.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I always knew that.
Yeah, no, and I'm sorry you've gone too far, Mark. I'm not making any kind of cryptocurrency for my online events. No Kitcoin. Sorry. Not even per Protospiel.
Honestly, if you made a 0-sided coin, I think it would like implode the universe also. So you got to really think about the logistics there. Spiky ouch ball. Fair. Cool. 2 to 6 players. What a great range of players for player count. Awesome. Okay, cool.
The 4D with extra pain.
Nice. Isn't there a Borges story about a one-sided coin? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Next up, we have Bot Builders by a fellow Matt.
If a coin had 2 sides that were both heads, would that be a one-sided coin?
Are the heads the same?
Yeah, like they look exactly the same. So like you'd flip it and you'd get heads. Yeah, it's a one-sided coin.
I'd say yeah.
And maybe a 3-sided coin would be like a coin that had one side that was like holographic, and so depending on the angle you look at it, it's a different.
A 0-sided coin would be just the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it would just be the ring. A ring is a 0-sided coin, right?
Right.
Did we figure it out? Did we solve coins? New coin just dropped. Someone just said no.
Just no.
No, you did not solve coins. This chat is going wild. We are in new territory here. You know what? Forget Protospiel. Forget all the games. We're just gonna have a coin weekend where we just invent new coins. An infinite-sided coin? I don't even know.
Maybe a sphere could be a 0-sided coin. Although a sphere, like 100-sided die-ish, is almost like a sphere. It gives very strong sphere vibes. Like I don't really understand how to tell which one is at the very top of a die with that many sides.
I wish I had sphere vibes.
Sphere.
How you feeling today? I just got some sphere vibes. All right. So we have bot builders here. Engine building, worker management game with dice manipulation inspired by real life robotics competitions. That's cool. 2 to 4 players nearing completion.
And this is Matt's game, who's in the chat.
Matt, anything you can tell us about bot builders? Besides it being fun? Because, you know.
I love the detail with which you described the quality of the fun as well, you know?
That's how you know I had fun. Ooh, it's got a video.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
This has gone through a ton of revision to make the players feel like they have more control over how their robots do. Sweet.
Nice. Very cool.
Okay, engine building and worker management. Yeah, lots of fun. And I like all of those. I like all of those mechanics. So I like dice manipulation and engine building and worker management. Although I'm curious what the difference is between worker management and worker placement. I'm not sure if I have specifically run across that.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this game just because I feel like I used to watch like the robotics competitions when I was super young, and then I just didn't for a long time, and then recently I've been seeing more content around them again. So I think this is coming in at a really cool time.
Yeah, I think the game design world lost Gilhova to robot competitions. I think that's when he went on to what his job is now.
Oh wow,
that's interesting.
Cool. That's wild.
Or like being part of the like marketing or web content creation around that. Yeah.
Very cool. Next up is Set List. This is also by Matt. Matt says, "Don't get me started. I can talk for a while about the inspiration." Feel free to get started. You go for it. You should follow. Oh, I thought you should follow. Yeah, you should play it. Yes. 5-minute teach, 15-minute test, 10-minute talk. Draft songs into your set list, determine their order, and compete to score the most audience at a festival. Lightweight drafting game. Very cool.
Yeah. Set list. Okay. Makes sense. When I first saw it just made me think of Settlers, or that it was something like that. But I see set list as one word. Okay. Got it.
This is a game about DJs that just use their iPods, and they're just making their set list for the audience. Too early in development to have actual song names, but there might be a couple of puns in there. Excellent. Set list of Catan. All right. All right, Dad. It's past your bedtime, Dad. Time to go to bed.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2 to 4 players. New. Oh, it's an 18 card game. Very cool. I'm always jealous of designers that make 18 card games. Every time I try, I like start trying to fit stuff into the cards, and then I'm like, all right, I give up. And then I then I immediately increase my component limit. Very cool.
Yeah, multi-use cards feel like the way to make an 18 card game to me, from the ones that I've played, but
like an everything card, essentially.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of what I'm lacking,
I think Derwent is saying same to it being so hard to make an 18 card game.
It's tough. It's tough. Age of Ambition is up next. That's what I'm lacking for 18 card game design. Designed by Chris again. In Age of Ambition, players hire workers and use them to take specialized actions depending on their type. Played workers may be used later by any player to meet game state-based scoring conditions.
Interesting.
Huh.
So yeah, that makes me think that like as that's like a deep thinking you'd need to do. Like, do I really, every time you're choosing to like use a worker, you kind of need to think further down the line of, is this going to help everybody else more than me? Sounds challenging.
Oh, Chris says that's exactly it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, I think I missed this comment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was for set list, I think, because Matt is talking about that. Okay.
And that's fair. You know, working with constraints is really a great way to make something beautiful. So
and being able to finish something, like if you pick a smaller project, it's going to be less time. Either you're going to decide you don't want to do it, it's not working, and you'll get to the end of working on it without releasing it, or you'll decide that it's done, and then you get to have that, this is done, this is what it feels like to be done. Okay, sweet, I practiced being done, I can move on to something else. Yeah.
What does it mean to be done? I don't know.
Some things you can never be done with, I suppose. But
so he says you can be done.
Yeah.
No, it never ends. You get to be a wealthy noble. Excellent. That's definitely a way for me to role play, because I'm not that in real life, that's for sure. Very cool. I like, in the parentheses, actual meeples. So like when you're doing the virtual game testing, they use real meeples in the virtual environment. Like that is a solid wood meeple on there.
I think actual means like it's shaped like a little person. So it's not like a sheep meeple or whatever. That was my intent, I guess, with the what that component means. It could be flat and on screen top, and it still counts as an actual meeple if it's meeple shaped.
Interesting, Heather. Interesting.
I'll actual save, meeple.
I'll save all my feedback for the end of this playtest session.
Thank you.
You know, the first convention I went to, the first board game convention I went to, I had no idea what meeple even meant. And I was walking around, someone was like, pick up the meeple. And I was like, what did you say? What did you say to me? But you pick up the meeple and place it. And I was like, I don't know. So I just started picking up random stuff, and then they're like, this is a meeple. And like, they're like, so baffled. Yeah.
No.
And they're like, it's like people. I was like, what? It was so confusing.
Oh, you are done when you've been turned over a couple of times and you're brown on both sides? Is that how you can tell you're done? Maybe.
I'm not a hash brown. So those do sound good right now.
Yeah. Smaller games like writing less, much harder than going on and on. Possibly. I think there also might be like, I know people who are poets, right? And they write a poem once they have kind of built that muscle to know how to keep it concise. It can get easier.
I'm somewhat mixed. I think sometimes smaller games can be harder because there's less to hide behind. Like everything has to just click, right? Everything's got to have a function, right? And it's less forgiving when something doesn't work well in it. But maybe that's me.
Less room for pretty art to distract people with as well.
True. Very true. Very true. The Willy Wonka thing where they take a picture of a candy bar and then people can pick it up out of the TV and eat it. It's like that, but with meeples.
Right.
Fair. Okay.
Ooh. If I don't know how meeple can be a portmanteau because it's like maybe people, but like, what's the M stand for?
No, a meeple is not a portmanteau. It's just a wooden object. I hope that helps. Next up, we have bread. Fine.
Oh my gosh, you all. So much stuff you're saying here. Let me catch up. Yeah, fewer levers to pull in a small game.
I'm gonna. This is by Zoe, and yep. I'm gonna have to not reveal my inner fan of this game. I want to try to stay neutral.
Why?
No. I don't want to be. I don't want to come off as biased. And so this is a game, and in which you build infrastructure for sustenance, a multi-victor Tableau engine builder. 3 to 6 players. Development status middling. Casual audience. I have nothing to add.
So Derwent says it's my people, meeple. My people. Sure.
All right.
I mean, we can just take that as fact.
Okay. Well, people is plural. Why is it meeple? Like a one meeple should be a merson. Like the language has never made sense to me. Like it's so confusing to me. Like no, it's like people. It's like no, it's not. People,
did you hear yourself say merson? Like it's a really ridiculous word. Like it's an even more ridiculous word than meeple.
Like literally.
I feel like it's more ridiculous.
I would rather move my merson token than my meeple token because like I feel like if I'm moving my meeple, I'm moving all of my mersons, right? Like meeple is just the plural of merson. Like it just doesn't make sense otherwise. All right, listen. So you know, in the Matthew Hawker lexicon, when I see geese, there is geese, which is a lot of many. There's goose, there's gooses, and there's geese, right? Okay. Gooses are like several. There's what?
2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And geese.
It's like a whole pack of them.
Yeah, it's a whole horde of gooses.
Geese is mini gooses.
Yes, precisely. I like games where your meeples represent your mummunity. Excellent.
Okay, well, y'all have been really jumping on this. I got way behind. Mini people. Mini instead of many people. Yeah.
Okay, then I want to move all my mini people. It's still plural. Like nothing's changing. A meeple should be called a merson, and the fact that we haven't done that is a shame because it's so grammatically wrong.
Oh, is there gluten-free bread in bread? Are you taking care of the gluten-free people in bread?
It's all vegan and gluten-free. Zoe, I don't believe that.
And I think more seriously trying out a thing where you can just burn stuff down as a base action. Interesting. Pick up the merson and place it in the group of other meeple. Yeah.
Precisely.
I will say it sounds a lot like mermaid. So now it's starting to sound kind of aquatic if you call it a merson.
Mm-hmm. I will say, by the way, and again, in the urge to be unbiased, someone that I know said this is one of their favorite games, and I'm presenting that here. So really, really interesting game experience.
I have heard a lot about this game and never gotten to play it. So a goosen, would you like to have a goosen?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I will say I've never gotten away with what I wanted to do in this game, which keeps me coming back.
Gotcha. So are you saying that the vibe was that you were presented with the rules, like all the options at the beginning, and you were like, oh, okay, I see how I want this to go, and you had a plan.
Yeah.
And it's never happened.
Correct.
Have you play tested it more than once?
Yes.
Such that and have you always had that same option that you keep trying to get and never got?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
fail fast is something I'm very good at as a playtester in this game.
So is the thing that you want to make happen a thing that you believe Zoe wants to be possible to make happen?
I don't think Zoe wants me to experience joy in games. I think Zoe's mission is to remove. Yeah, stopping Matt. There you go. That's exactly what Zoe's aim is to do. Do I like the game though? Yes.
And I think Shay has a good point that we already sound like we're sleep deprived at midnight on Protospiel. How did this happen? It's gonna be a rough one, you guys.
Don't take it too mercenarily. Oh my god. It makes sense, right? Like, it's a mercen.
Moose, meese, shoe.
Soup sheep.
Sheep.
You have been wandering off on strange tangents. This is normal for me. These are all very normal tangents for me. Like, if you're hanging out with me for a day, this is like super normal for me.
So yeah, we're simultaneously giving everybody a preview of Coffee Talk as we're doing this stream, because Matthew will be moderating Coffee Talk, and this is what it's like.
Yes.
But you get to actually talk instead of writing messages in the chat, and I'll put them on the screen.
Yeah, I have all the energy of drinking a lot of coffee, but with none of the coffee. So that's what it's like.
My people.
Mm-hmm. My people. All right. Next up, we have Conviction, also by Zoe. Navigate oh my gosh, an irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable.
I am so bad at saying things. I am an English major.
I'm here for you though. I'm help you.
Can you say that again?
Irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Navigate an irreconcilable divide with your partner in this deck builder.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable! This is nearing completion. I've played this a few times.
Yeah, this one, I've watched a playtest of it, and it looks like it has a lot more art. It used to just have icons on it, unless I'm getting it confused with something else, I guess.
I believe these illustrations have been around for a little while now, but I believe it used to be, there used to mostly be a focus of icons, but there's still two core icons, which I believe are Butterfly and Castle. Yep.
Oh, yeah. This is the one. This is the one I saw.
This is a really, really interesting game. You definitely will get feels after playing it, in my opinion.
Anything else on the... Well, is this question from Mark about the bread theme a question for Zoe? Now that I finally caught up. Irreconcilable. I don't think that word means what he think it means.
Inconceivable!
Yeah.
Conviction question.
Okay, conviction question. Gotcha. Do you think, have you ever seen the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
I forgot. I'm
so probably
kidding.
Yes.
That was on brand. Sorry, that was a commentary of the movie. Yes, I've seen it.
But so are the feels that you get at the end of this kind of in that genre of feels?
I think they were once, but there's no soundtrack playing while the game's going on. So, I think if Zoe included like a soundtrack, like a sad piano, or not even a sad piano, just like a piano, just like a piano just doing some stuff, doesn't really matter. That'd be good. Absolutely, Zoe is fantastic at making deep meanings in its games.
Okay, about Conviction. It's basically about having like a serious fight with an intimate friend. Yeah, and actually, even if so, the movie I mentioned is specifically about a romantic relationship falling apart and etc etc. I don't want to spoil it, I guess, but it also brings up things about just all relationships that don't work out in the end. And boy, that's been happening a lot lately for me. I don't know about all of y'all, but it's something to ponder nowadays. Lots of division lately.
Well, it's time to come together and talk about our next game,
Right now.
which is Velociraptor. Zoe, Zoe just dropped all its games at once.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, why not?
Oh. Well, I like to do it slowly. That way, I'm just mostly because I forget to after the first one, and then I come back later. Play as dinosaurs, playing human games till the end. A meta improv game about the right parentheses, wrong end parentheses way to play games. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
These two dinosaurs here. These dinosaurs are great. That's fantastic. Like dinosaurs like uh-oh.
Yeah, well, one of them's like uh-oh, the other one's like very into the game. Yeah.
I think what's really fun about this though is that the dinosaur that's really happy is playing a card with an asteroid. Like that's as meta as it gets. Like it's like I just played my asteroid. That's fun. And then you reap what you sow. Literally.
So true.
All right.
Oh, and it does have we're not gonna play video, like I don't want to do that on the stream because it'll just take too long if we played a video every time, but I think I recommend going to this page and watching this video. It's been described to me like what's happening in the video. I need to see this video. I'll be going back later. If it's the one I heard about. It sounds pretty hilarious.
Okay. You sure you don't want me to put it on real quick?
No, let's not do that. But we can recommend. Find this page. Watch the video.
Excellent. Themes, animals.
Yep.
This came up on the board game community show. People loved it. Nice.
I played it last time. I actually played it twice last time because it's so fast. So that's one. I mean, it sounds like really like a rude thing to say, but like the really great thing about this game is how fast it's over.
Wow.
What I mean.
Zoe, write that down. You can put that on the box. Quote from Heather, Protospiel Online. The great thing about this game is when it's over. 10 out of 10.
That it's very easy to fit in. It's very easy. It's a very easy yes because it's played on a timer. It'll be over. You know it will be over in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it will promised. Because everyone dies in the game. Like that's the whole point. The asteroid just goes. I guess that does work. That is a very. You know what? You're right. That's a great thematic quote. I like it. Awesome.
But yeah, it was easy to say yes to more than once because it was just going to take. It was going to take less than 30 minutes, and my only complaint about bringing it to Protospiel is that it feels like it's doing what it's trying to do, but I guess maybe there can be ideas to add. Yeah. I said the same. The best thing about It's Complicated is when it ended. The way it ended was pretty hilarious.
Listen, it's complicated.
Yeah, I feel like the way it ends is kind of a punchline, honestly, or the way it can end.
This next game is OK Eros, also by Zoe. A singles game about my OK dating experience meant to be played a single time.
Interesting.
I played this at Unpub.
That's a lot of micro games. So instead of an 18 card game, 18 card games.
30-minute.
I think you misunderstood that prompt. Yeah.
This is an interesting teach to test length. And Zoe, I'm curious about your thoughts on this. Is it because it's a solo game and there's like an intentional experience you want to make sure you're conveying during the test?
Oh, ads. Oh, okay. It took me a really long time to figure out what that meant. I think when they say ads, they're telling us that Twitch is showing them ads and they can't hear us right now. Only 3 ads left.
That's so weird. Like, we should be notified, right? Like, that's strange.
You know, the way that Protospiel Online does its streams probably needs to be upgraded. The tool that we're using kind of removes us from Twitch. So I think that if we were natively streaming in Twitch, I think we would know what was going on a little bit better. And that's one of the downsides. It's a very beautiful and easy to use and easy to invite people to platform that we're using right now. But it's making it hard for us to, like, as you've seen, like the ridiculous like words instead of emojis, like y'all put emojis. And it's just like gobbledygook words that we can show you in here. That's because we're not really in Twitch. One of these days it'll change, but it's a lot to learn. So we're limping along with what we already know how to do. So yeah, so thank you for the heads up on the ads.
Awesome. Yeah, so I was just actually asking when I got cut off. Zoe, I was interested in the teach time of 30 minutes versus test and talk time of 15 each. Was there a specific reason you wanted to take more time for the teach in this? Metagame. Whoever gets the most ads during their games being presented wins a prize. Oh, yeah, definitely say ding when the next commercial starts. That'd be good. Oh, it's unguided. Got it. That makes sense. Okay.
Cool. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. Next up, we have Sarangpe by Hugh Neal. Oh?
Yeah, I think Hugh Neal is how I would pronounce that. That's my best guess. And Sarangpe? Sarangpe?
Sarangpe?
I'm not sure where the emphasis is. That's all.
I have no idea. Oh, yeah. The phonetic spelling should probably be Sadanpe. Sadanpe. I think that's the phonetic spelling. Maybe.
Okay. Which
Sadanpe.
Where's the emphasis though? Which syllable, 1, 2, or 3 is the emphasis?
Oh, nope. I got a good. I got it.
Okay.
Excellent. Although I don't know if there's proper phonetic spelling for my name. Once I was called Channel. Yes, the designer. Amazing. So in this game, you're the leader of a troupe. You send apprentice dice to take actions, collect celebrity dice to showcase performances, game and play polyomino tiles to expand the parade for victory.
Very colorful.
Yeah, loving the colors. Very cool. 30-minute teach, 75-minute test, 30-minute talk. It sounds like this one's close to the finish line. It's nearing completion. So Dice of the Mersons.
Is a troupe like the Mersons? Is a troupe like a circus troupe, like trick performing troupe, or
street performers?
Okay.
In a medieval kingdom of Korea.
Okay. Whoa, I really lost the thread here. Where'd you go?
Oh, sorry. I scrolled down to see if I could find context.
No, I lost the thread of the chat.
Oh. Gotcha. I was just...
Okay, I think I found... Yeah. Did you say polyominoes? Or where did you see somebody's... Or was it written that...
I was reading
you scrolled down. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
It's not
Sorry
in the chat.
That.
Gotcha.
Nope. My apologies.
It's in the original post right there. So they're like buskers, kind of, but in Korea.
Yeah. Very cool. Really neat theme. And the setup is very enticing, right? Like, this definitely looks like a game I'd want to sit down and learn just to understand.
It kind of throws the vibes of, like, I think it's Final Fantasy VII, If anybody remembers back there's like a casino-y place where there's just like so much going on. It kind of like reminds me of that, just the look of the table.
I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, you know what? Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it'll only take like 80 hours.
Yeah, let me load it up real quick. Very cool. All right. Oh, Neon Yellow Game says, me neither. Okay.
Yeah, that Ashay says also has not played Final Fantasy VII.
It's not too late. True. Next up, we have Pact by Protospiel Online's very own Zachary. A political tug of war where you play politics with the wealth of a nation, promise your allies power, and steal wealth from other factions to grant it.
I believe this one is the one he has that's like root mixed with something else.
I thought I haven't played this, but I looked at it. I think I looked at a sell sheet for this. I was really interested in it. Political tug of war, very nice. Tug of war, you know, there was someone on BMG recently was talking about tug of war games not being super hot in Germany, which is a shame because I love tug of war. I think that's such a cool, interesting mechanic, and you know, I would look forward to playing this just because of that. Just because I think that's such a neat space to explore.
Big thumbs up from Roger on.
Nice.
Pact. Got to try that one before.
Very nice.
Does Pact stand for something? I feel like I should have asked.
What is it?
At some point. It's always in all caps. Like I wonder if it stands for something. But
where do you see the all cap Pact?
In the title.
Oh, like it's in all. I see. I see what you're saying. I feel like it's just for emphasis. Like it's the cool thing to do with a 4-letter word.
Yeah, and his next game is all in caps as well. Cycle. That's gonna be the next one you pull up. So yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah, actually, here we go. Cycle, but it's lowercase in the image, so something's going. First piece of feedback, Zach. Write this down. Consistency. This is a Mancala-style abstract game of growth and death. Grow your own seeds and burn your opponents to win. Gotcha. Burn your opponents. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I usually. I feel like maybe the very first time he had this idea, he brought this out as like a non-game, like let's play with these stones and see what comes of it, kind of thing. If this is what grew out of that one time that happened, that would be interesting. Yeah. So wait a minute. What are pirates and cats today? Where's the horror?
The horror is in the cycle.
Burning your opponents, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
pretty horrifying, I suppose. Yeah. You burn your opponent's pieces, right?
Sure.
Burn your opponents.
They're mercenaries.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Good Kitties. Hopefully, no of the horror that we just saw. This is from Emily. A cooperative campaign game of mischievous house cats bent on taking over the world. Okay, we got some horror here. Catch mice, evade the dog, and build convoluted contraptions to set yourself up for a perfect life of luxury.
Ooh, very good.
Very nice.
You'll have Burnsons after you play that other one. Yeah.
Oh, Burnsons? Oh my gosh, what?
Just sign up right meow for this game. You won't regret it.
Good Kitties. I think I see an evil cat above the logo, which is very nice. Game details.
Plotting cat.
Very interesting. Huh. And if you're evading the dog, I immediately think of, just with the layout, Like I instinctively think of oh gosh, it's a Tim Fowers game where you're thieves trying to steal and there's like a
Virgo Brothers.
yeah. I was instinctively thinking of that.
Yeah, I have just played that one time on BGA, I guess, but there's something to that. Yeah, because the dog would be kind of a little bit like the guards.
Is it roaming around, checking around?
It's picking I think the guard in Virgo Brothers is just it's just an AI. It's moving a way that it's gonna move.
Yeah.
The dog, I think, at least when I play tested this, the dog kind of sets its sights to get closer to the cat that's closest to it, or something like that.
So it hunts them down, basically.
Yeah, the scenario that I play tested, I think it was 2 Protospiel Online ago, was framing the dog. For like making a mess and then framing the dog about the mess.
I'm trying to imagine a world where cats would cooperate, because I feel like all of the cats I've ever had, they like are constantly trying to topple over one another. Like there's like an allyship, but it's like only when there's not food present, or only when neither of them want something very specific. Very cool.
Wow. So the bird's where Derwent is, which is like, I don't know, 2 a.m. No, 4 a.m. there. My goodness, you're up late. And the birds have started singing. I guess they can see the very beginning of the sun. Like Tom and Jerry, but Tom wins.
Nice. I always wanted Tom to win. Poor Tom.
It's a possum game.
Next up, Knitting Circle, also by Emily. A cozy pattern building tile placement game of knitting a warm winter wardrobe. Draft tiles and play on an alternating knit purl pattern to create beautiful high value patterns.
You know, maybe I should have said this to you earlier, Matthew, but even if for everybody watching, it's probably going to be easier to see what you're showing if you can zoom in a little bit on your browser, like with the Control Plus. Can you do that? Yeah. Ooh, so much better. I'm sorry I didn't think of that sooner.
That's okay.
For all the viewers.
Look, you know, why don't we just start off from the beginning? We'll go through it again.
Yeah, we should just start over.
Let's start over. Everyone, we'll reset. We'll restart the whole thing. No big deal.
Just erase the whole thing.
Yeah. We don't have to use our eyes as hard now. That's fair. That's good. You definitely don't want to exhaust your eyes. I've played this game. This is a lot of fun. This is a really cool game, and such a neat theme. Amoebanese, we're back. We're back. We have to do the same jokes too, in order. Right. Everything has to reset.
Yep.
Oh gosh. 2 to 4 players, 5-minute teach, 30-minute test, 15-minute talk. Very cool. We are nearing completion here, folks. Very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like, I think you've been working on it for like 6 months, right? So that was pretty fast to get it that solid. That's exciting.
The core loop seemed very strong when I played, and so I think once that core loop is rocking in any game, you're like, all right, now I just got to do the nuanced nonsense, right? Although, what is completion exactly? A game is not done until someone hits print, and then that's when the panic begins.
And that's when you start releasing the errata. Hopefully not needing to release the errata, but maybe doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for a publisher. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Oh gosh, this is so big on my end. I know it's perfect for all of you, but I feel like I'm like, I need like, I'm just like,
whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I can hardly see any of this page at a time. Yeah.
Next up, we have Pirates of the High Teas, also by Emily. A set collection game of baking and sabotage on the high seas. Raid the armory for weaponry, pillage the pantry for supplies, then focus on getting your bakes perfect while defending from the arson. Emily, do each of your game descriptions have a cute joke at the end? Like, I think they all do. They all have a cute little joke.
Oh, Jamie's here.
Jamie! Hello. I'm all about the hook, and it's a Pirates game. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
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 Wow. That was so good. So good. Excellent work. Oh my goodness. Wrap it up. We're done here. 2 to 5 players. I like these lines. I know this has nothing. I don't know if that's relevant to the game. I just like these on-table lines. I'm really excited about those.
Zones of some kind.
Yeah.
And,
I call them lines, but it's fine. We can call them zones. It's all right. We can use your language.
Derwent has been nearing completion for a while now, too, so it can be a long time before you actually get there, but... And maybe that's just code for, like, it's gonna be like this, everybody. Don't tell me that it should actually be a worker placement game or something like that.
Oh my goodness. That's just to keep your cards from creeping into other people's cards. That's great. I love it.
Yes. Emily can be put up for the dad jokes contest as well.
We need to have like an honorary Protospiel dad competition.
Protospiel dad?
Protospiel dad.
So is that going to be like this Barbie campaign, but it's going to be like this Protospiel dad, and it could be anybody.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Cross Stitch, also by Emily. A tile placement game of stitching colorful patterns. So each color of thread by placing stitches diagonally, each stitch starting in an orthogonally adjacent space.
What are you doing, Emily? Holy cow. Emily in her day job is like people's boss. And it's going to has been to 6 conventions recently and listed 4 prototypes at least. Is the next one also yours, Emily?
You know what? So. Clearly there are perks to being the boss. Last time I called my boss, he was like on a rapid river boat, and I was like, "It's a work day," and he was like, "Yeah," and then he hung up on me. So listen, also not sleeping. That's another key thing. I do that too.
I didn't even know about this one. Cross stitch is a long-time hobby for me, so I'm fascinated by this.
This is a new one. Very cool.
Zoe can be the Protospiel dad. I don't know. Maybe this is a filter. We can consider it. I don't know how to actually have time to push that campaign, but it's a good idea. Would Tameeple dad be a mad? Where's the A? Where's
a meeple dad would be a mapple.
Emily doesn't sleep. Okay.
When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Oof.
Oh gosh. Oof. Oh gosh.
Well, Maddie, a papple. Papple's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Wording applique next. Very cool. It's a little bit brain burny right now. That's what I like in games.
What is an applique?
It's an ab workout.
Okay. It's gone off the rails. Bring it in, rein it in. Oh, right. Need a crochet game to go with the knitting game and the cross stitch game. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The name is Artsy Fartsy. Roger's back. A quick-paced Yomi style auction card game. You are an artist trying to get as much money as you can for your own art while competing to build the best collection of the other player's art. We have a 5-minute teach, 30-minute play, 25-minute talk. Minimum 4 players, maximum 5 players. That is an interesting player count. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Auction, build it, bidding, set collection. Yomi is always fun to me. I love me some Yomi because I always think I'm good at Yomi, but I'm not. I'm really bad at Yomi.
Unless what is it? It's a game. It's a different game.
Well, Yomi is a...
that Jamie brought up there, yeah.
Oh, I see. 4 to 5 player Yomi is wacky. I think that's a neat concept. But yeah, the more players you have, the more Yomi just gets wild.
But what is it? Just real briefly?
Okay, you know how we were doing like the Princess Bride joke earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you remember in the scene where like the poison was put in a bottle or whatever, and you didn't know which one it was, and the guy was like, "Well, I would suspect you put the poison in my bottle, but I actually know because you know me, it's in your bottle, right?" It's this concept of like outwitting each other, but with such limited information, and then you get on levels of Yomi as you start to understand each other. Yeah, reading your opponent and choosing your move based on what you read they're going to do next.
Donkey space in place of Yomi? Is that what you're saying, or what? What?
Donkey space? Is that like a petting zoo?
I'm confused.
Let's go to donkey space. We'll pet the donkeys in place of Yomi. Interesting. Okay.
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 Gotcha.
Next up, we have The Easter Escapade by Jonathan Schaefer. An 18-card escape room game work together to solve puzzles involving logic, wordplay, and observation. So cooperative, 2 to 3 player game, 5-minute teach, 60-minute test, 15-minute talk. Brand new. Well, I shouldn't say brand new.
Yeah, and this is part of the line that's been coming to Protospiel Online for some time. These are also 18-card games, holiday themed escape rooms. Did you escape? You not played one of these yet, Ashay? You gotta seek them out.
I've not played these.
I haven't gotten to play very many of them, but last time I got to play the Turkey Trial.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm saying that right. So they all are holidays. They're all alliteration, like the Groundhog Gambit, the Birthday Burglary, etc. So I guess there may be escape rooms you can play on the holiday, and of course they're puzzles. So Jonathan needs lots of different people to help test and find the things that are confusing about. Yeah, the Thanksgiving one was really cute with about a turkey going around to the different farmyard animals to escape its demise on Thanksgiving. So it was a very like, barn animals. Like it would be fun for, young kids.
Right.
Approachable for them.
I am working on my bunny voice. I don't know what does a bunny sound like. I'm working on my bunny voice. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
I am working on my bunny voice. I don't know. I can't do anything. All right. Anyway.
Sounds like a bunny voice to me. I buy it.
This game has a lot of designers. Okay, so we have Loam by Jane, Maxwell, and Tim. Loam is a set matching game about building healthy soils, which is relevant to your interests because you play as a plant. Sculpt the soil's weird and wonderful biodiversity to your advantage. I have played...
this is a big one.
Yeah, I've played this a few times. Oh, Max is in the chat.
Okay, so Verum vorax is Latin for worm eater and is the species name of a particular predatory mite that I like. Also, I messed up the crowdfunding stage when I listed the prototype. The campaign hasn't launched yet. It launches later this month.
Nice.
Yes, and we'll try to, if you're on our community newsletter, which I guess I could put a link for you to sign up to if I hunt that down. But if you're on our community newsletter, they're in the queue. When we know they're live, we'll let you know.
Yeah, this game I've played a few times, and really cool concept. I think, just speaking from like, let me just pretend for a moment I'm not a designer or a play tester. One of the cool things about this game is all of the art is done by Max. Max, correct me if I'm wrong, but Max has these little like clay models, which reminds me a lot of the advertising for Pikmin back in the day. And so really cute theme and style.
Pikmin. Cool. Pikmin. I guess I'm unfamiliar with that.
It's a video game, and yeah. You pick. I don't. You know what? Forget about it.
This is fine. I mean, we don't want to go too tangential. I could go Google it later.
It all started in the 1920s when Nintendo started. Okay, so.
But let me because I mentioned the community newsletter, and they'll be coming up in that. That link that I just put up in the chat, or you can visibly see it on the screen if you are watching the replay, but I think y'all on Twitch in the chat can click it. FYI, if you're coming to Protospiel Online, you get put on the newsletter unless you ask to be removed from it. But anybody can sign up for it, and if you actually sign up through that form that I put the link up for, you will get a downloadable like a cheat sheet basically that tells you what the difference is between all the different playtesting platforms or digital prototyping platforms. Like, what features do they have? How do they compare to each other? And like a one-page look right at it. So you'll get that as a sign-up gift if you sign up for the community newsletter explicitly instead of just being on it because you got a badge, if that makes sense. And as a quick aside too, because I paused to talk about that, we have a fun announcement that, and Matthew's here with me, and Emily's in the chat, and Zoe's in the chat. I don't think Tanner's in the chat, but we're going to be doing a talk at Boston Fig on the 21st. Can't tell you what time yet because we're still like in the setting it up phase, but about all those different playtesting platforms. So we'll have a big panel with at least one person that's really good at each of those platforms to talk about them. So yeah.
Is there for selling games?
Oh, a link? Is that a link? I think you can't put links. I can, but you can't. So I think that's why I see those stars. You have to, if you want to tell me about a link, just write it in Word, like, don't make it clickable. Say like suchandsuch.com or whatever.
Jamie, it's some online thing. I'm not gonna be there. I'll be home.
It's Boston Fig virtual. So it's gonna be and it's a really fun, more convention. I don't know how to put it. Like, Protospiel Online is about playtesting. I think Boston Fig is about showcasing indie games. And they've done it virtually probably 3 times. I've gone twice. I think I missed the first time they did it, and they used Gather Town. So it's got this feel of, you actually have a little avatar and you walk around. Pluses and minuses. You get to have those feels of a little person walking right past your booth and not being interested to stop and talk to you.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about being a publisher in general. So it's exciting that they've been able to recreate that in a virtual space.
Right. But it is a really fun, cute platform that kind of looks like Legend of Zelda style. You get to be a little Legend of Zelda style character. They make a little quest for all the guests to play, and they, as far as I know, have not been doing talks until now. But I think this is the first time at the digital one, at the virtual one, that they've done talks. So we're gonna go and try and be a part of that, or we're going to be a part of that. We're gonna make it happen. There is no try, right, everybody? So do or do not. But we were trying. We applied. We tried, and we succeeded at getting accepted. I guess I should say it like that.
Just to step back, I really, can we just make a concentrated effort as designers to introduce the term merson? Because a meeple is the plural of merson, and I think if we all tonight can just agree to this, we can make a change for the better.
Yeah, the whole world will follow this 20 of us here now.
It starts here. This is where you make change. And every time you pitch your game to a publisher and they give you a contract, you say, yes, if you call this meeple a merson. You work that in.
Right. I am a merson.
Yes. All right. But yeah, I'm really excited for Loam. So best of luck on the campaign. Next up, we have What's for Lunch? This is by Gino McNew, but I also see on the image it's also by Becca McNew, so I'll throw that up as well.
Okay.
A central tableau building game where you have to choose between playing the card to build up points or scoring the objective on the back. Oh, hold on. We'll wait a second. There's an ad. Ding, ding.
Okay.
We're waiting.
Mercenaries.
And people go... What should they say instead of ding? Like, no other vowel works comfortably for swap out the I.
Well, but we got the answer. It's all of them at once. Because
And people
a lot of them are saying it at the same time.
Ding, ding when it returns. Oh, I should know this. Okay. I have Twitch stream up, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another way to do it. I'm always afraid to create echoes and make a bad, a bad studio experience if I have it open.
Well, I think it's important to create a bad studio experience because if you set low expectations, you never have to worry about exceeding anything.
Right, exactly. So I think before the break, getting back to before the break, Jamie says I say peeps instead of person, so I'm gonna call them meeps.
We have folks returning. Welcome back to the Protospiel Online Twitch stream. Double ding, ding ding, ding ding. Excellent. Just to recap, let's go back through it just in case since we have folks returning. This is What's for Lunch by Gina McNew and Becca McNew. This is a central tableau building game where you have to choose between playing the card to build up points or scoring the objective on the back. Cool. This is a question that I think most of us ask often, so I really love the title. Talk about relatable, right? What's for lunch? I don't know. Better play the game and find out.
Right.
We have a 5-minute teach, 30-minute test, 10-minute talk, 2 to 4 players. We are in middling. Every time I see middling, I almost want to interpret it as meddling, and I'm like, what is this game getting up to?
Meddling.
Yeah, meddling.
Yeah.
Meeps is the name of a pet ladybug in Mice and Mystics, and one of my friend's cat is named after that ladybug.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, very cool.
Meeps is a good name for a cat.
It is a good name. This is cool. I'm very interested in seeing what this is all about.
Is this one like a... Yeah, there's not a lot of tags on it. I get 18 card game kind of vibes from it, but I can't tell if that's what's happening here.
Let's look at the component. Well, that's it. All right. Well, we're going to find out. They want to keep you in suspense. What's for lunch? The only way to know is to play.
Right.
All right. Next up, we have Cumulus. Oh, this is with Jeff. I haven't played this yet. I was almost going to at a playtest, I believe, but I had to step out early. But you play as a cloud hoping to hoping to rain on farms and gardens while avoiding weddings and picnics. It's a family strategy game with simultaneous tile placement and 3D rain gauges to fill with raindrops. Very cool.
So, and Mark asking how often is the teach longer than the play? I would say rare. It usually shouldn't be. But sometimes, with It's Complicated, that's the point. It's a joke. Yeah, Jack's here in the chat right now, or has been, probably still here.
I guess for other games, it can be the case, if you're doing a game where, I don't know, think about chess, how you can end almost instantly, but the teach is probably going to take a little bit longer. Just sometimes there's certain games where there's clearly a variance in time depending on skill level. And so it depends on how you want that core loop to be.
There's also a skill to teaching concisely that can be a little bit hard to master.
True. Very true. Very true. This is a 10-minute teach, 30-minute test, 20-minute talk, 2 to 4 players. We're in middling. Looking for a publisher. Very cool. Yeah, I'd like to try this one.
Okay, so this is the theme of this stream. The Princess Bribe.
Oh, nice. Have you played this one, Heather?
No, I saw this title when I was scrolling through to see how we were doing on getting listings in here, and I was like, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That title caught my eye. So you have played this one. Okay, so this is a team up between Joachim and Joe. And I know that like this is how Protospiel Online is how Joachim met Joe. Joe is one of our moderators. And Joachim is from Germany. And so this one is, I'm not sure if like one of them had the idea and the other one joined. I haven't heard the backstory. I don't think either of them are with us in the chat right now. But yeah, this is a really fun name for sure.
Yeah, this looks cool. Your princesses living in a beautiful castle. Heck yes. All day long, people bring you gifts. Great. And it is getting increasingly difficult to store all the gifts in your castle. No problem. Like, this sounds like this is like every millennial's dream. I'd love to live in a beautiful castle and get gifts. Heck yeah. Could you imagine me as a princess, Heather? I would be such a good princess.
Yeah, I could see it. For sure.
All right. So we have a 5-minute teach, 45-minute test, 15-minute talk, 1 to 4 players.
I'm Inigo Meeple, and I am Emerson. You killed my mother?
Emerson. What?
I am an international meep of mystery.
Y'all, we need to calm down. All right, this is Riverbed Hunt. This is by, I am going to botch this last name.
Prepare to die.
Christopher Vassiliou? Let
me look at look at this a little bigger.
And then Jan Theo. And let me move on from that. And Riverbed Hunt is a light strategy deduction board game for 4 to 9 players set in a fantasy world. Its mechanisms are action retrieval, grid movement, hand management, hidden roles, team-based game. Looks cool visually. I'm like, I want to know what's going on in there. What are you hunting for?
That's my question too. Yeah, is it like is it just like metal detector vibes or?
Well, it looks like there's like some kind of
very pretty
Triton creature, right? Oh, that's what's called like Tritons quickly become a trading folk, and so basically like a sea creature.
Okay, so maybe kind of like the creatures from Luca or something, going out junk hunting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of really pretty art in this. Holy cow, this looks very finished.
Looking for a publisher or self-publishing. I mean, I would say this is self-publishing, right? I guess if the right publisher comes along, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the deal with that can be you're going for it, but you're open to somebody else coming alongside you, right?
Right. That makes sense. All right. Next up, we have Impatience. This is by George Dreyer. Impatience is an engine tableau building race of acquisition, competition, and resource management. Grow your corporate entity and maintain that staffing level for 1 full turn to achieve victory. Game of greed, solidarity, and compromise. 15-minute teach, 75-minute test, 15-minute talk, 2 to 4 players. Jamie just realized they didn't add any images to their listing. Well, good news. Good news for you, Jamie, is that we're still going to show them, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And I'm going to have a great time with it. So you have that to look forward to.
Oh, okay. It took me a while to get this. I'm sorry, Shay. I get it now. If they like to talk to other meeples, they're a meeple merson.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. Yes, absolutely.
I needed Matthew to not be talking when I was trying to read it for it to come through to me.
Sorry, Heather, I talk a lot. Hold on, me pair to die.
You're keeping us moving. There's a lot of tangents going on here. I'm thrown in the tangents, right? And you're just like, next game. Come on now, everybody.
I'm the really loud train that everyone wants to get off, but they can't. So they just have to keep going. All right, cool.
I have nothing to prove anymore. It's signed now.
It's like getting married. I have nothing to prove anymore. Jamie, what are you trying to say? Jamie, I'm married. I have plenty to prove. Nothing to prove. Speaking of nothing to prove, One Person's Trash. A game about picking up treasure. One Person's Trash is a classic like set collection game where you are a collector finding and building hordes of items that to you have great value, even if other people have thrown them away. I guess you have a lot to prove if you're collecting trash and showing it as treasure. That's cool. That's a neat theme.
Mm-hmm.
I like how the slogan is a game about picking up treasure. That's a really cute way that's a really cute tagline to go with the title.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. 10-minute teach, 15-minute test, 10-minute talk. 2 to 5 players nearing completion.
Meests?
Meests? What is a meest?
Meeple priests? Meests? Maybe. My priest.
Wait, what?
Is this a type of meeple we need? Are we thinking of a certain game here that has priests?
Meests. All right, let's see here. Let Sleeping Giants Lie. This is by Jeff Johnston. Family medium weight puzzly co-op players use logic and timing to serve proper dishes to giants to position them for an escape to glory with the magic harp. Some Euro-style contract mechanics. 2 to 4 players, 10-minute teach, 60-minute test, 15-minute talk.
Yeah, I don't think you said it out loud, but let Sleeping Giants Lie.
Oh, sorry. Let Sleeping Giants Lie. My apologies. I am a sleeping giant, and I am not lying right now. So somebody woke me up, which you're not supposed to do.
Not in that game. It's bad in that game.
True.
Yeah, this one is
ooh,
a recurring visitor for Protospiel Online.
All right, everyone. Get ready to type in your best dad joke. Next up, dad jokes. This is by Mark Marino. Dad jokes. Be as funny as a dad. You cringe. You groan. You hide in shame. But when you hear a dad-style cornball joke, don't you wish you had made one too? You can in this collaborative family game. Hi, Dad. I'm Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Now, if y'all haven't heard of the Dadlands done by the people from My Brother and Me, or the Adventure Zone, McElroy Brothers, they play a really, really, really simple RPG core game that's like just pulling chips out of a bag for whether you win or whether you succeed or not. So there's like very few mechanics, but it's about the dads in the Dadlands, and there's a like grill dad and a car dad and stuff, and the vacation dad, and it's if you like the dad joke vibe, I think you will find this, like, it's just over the top drama about what dads do when all the moms and children have been taken away. Anyway, worth a look.
You know, these dad jokes are getting wild.
Some poems rhyme, but this one doesn't.
This game is a minimum 3, max 9+, so this game can get big. What is the max number of players for this game? How many dads can play this game at once?
It says 9+.
Interesting.
I guess 9 is the biggest the form allows.
I'm also interested if the test time, the game time, stays the same. I'm curious. That's what I'm really interested in. I'm curious if it's like going to maintain that with the high number of players, right? Like, I really want to know. That's cool. Okay. Neat.
So I got arrested before. They thought I killed my friend with sandpaper, but I was just roughing him up a bit.
No cap on the dads. Excellent.
No cap. That's good.
No cap. All right. Let's see.
Got a +1 for Dadlands. Yep.
Nice. What's the hardest resource to gain in tabletop? A USD? Oh my gosh. Next up is
1 + 1 is a math problem.
That's pretty good. I like that. I want to save that one. That's really really good. Next up is Lily Hop. This is by me.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to put in a different image here. Whoops. All right. Play as frogs capturing flies using a variety of unique lily pads, organized in a rondel-like fashion, and return them back home. Final stages of playtesting might be testing 1 or 2 super new pads.
Okay.
Yeah, your frogs. That's the game. All right, let's move on. Next.
Okay, you're doing a great job of channeling David. Good job.
Great.
All y'all are just only embarrassed about your own games. You only like cheering for others.
Oh no. I'm never embarrassed about my own game. I can talk about this nonstop. But I it's Lily Hop. You're playing as frogs. There's a bunch of weird creatures. It's getting close to the end. I'm mostly just fiddling with some very small tinkery things, language.
Are you're bringing this to Kickstarter?
Yeah, I'm bringing this to Kickstarter. I was going to bring it to Kickstarter.
I'm saying Kickstarter. I mean crowdfunding, but
I'm probably going to bring it to Kickstarter. I think my next game after I'm going to explore using BackerKit for my next crowdfunding service.
Okay.
I played this when it was called Fisher Fire. A friend of mine, a friend of mine named Joseph. He's really mad that Fisher Fire doesn't have a frog theme because I already did it. He's like, it should be lily pads and frogs. I'm like, no, it shouldn't be. Should be fish and fire. He's like, but that doesn't make sense. But it's okay. He just had a baby, so he's too busy to complain now. So I don't have to worry about any of that anymore. And yeah, that's the game. Well, none of that was the game, but that was just me whining, actually.
Right. Yeah. And this back to the high player count. Micro Robots is a game that Derwent calls out as one that has a very high player count that just means you need to be able to see the board. I don't know. In dad jokes, you got to call out. You got to say like everybody has to say something out loud, right? So more people, more time, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So this is Posier at the Museum Gala, but it's like poser with a U at the Museum Gala. When the museum unveils a masterpiece by the hot artist du jour at their big gala, the snobs arrive and one poser sneaks in. Guess who in a hidden role game about art snobbery and imposter syndrome? Interesting.
I heard you talking about this one on the board game community show. So, it sounded kind of similar. It reminded me of a fake artist goes to New York, but I don't think in this one you don't draw, right?
I don't know.
Or you don't draw. Well, Mark's here.
Oh, great.
I'm talking to him.
Oh, great. Mark. Hey, Mark.
You don't draw in this one. Okay.
Phew.
It's more like there's already some things you're shown, maybe, and then you try to pretend you understand them.
Randomly generated art.
The 1920s, when Peter Parker was dating. Okay, this is a joke. Wow, this is a big one. When Peter Parker was dating Gwen Stacy, he was a marine biologist. He just found this bird that waddles and looks like they were wearing a tux. Peter didn't have a name yet, but I wanted to write down some ideas. So he wanted to write down some ideas. So he said, "Can you pass
me a pen, Gwen?"
Oh, gotcha. I see. Yeah. Gotcha.
Next up. Plant Ahead.
Okay, fake art
by Joe Kell.
Gotcha.
In Plant Ahead, you play as a contender in the Spring Valley Gardening Competition. Strategically recreate flower arrangements and improve your garden with critters to take home the prize. Interesting. I would love to win the Spring Valley Gardening Competition. If this game comes with like a little trophy, that'd be great. And then I would just pretend that I won that, and people are like, "What's that?" Oh, I won the Spring Valley Gardening Competition. Yeah, but it's actually from a board game. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 to 6 players. That's got a solo mode. 5-minute teach, 45-minute test, 10-minute talk.
This is the designer GM Joe Kell, I think.
Yeah.
This is a new
spatial puzzle game.
A new designer name to me, unless I missed something in the past.
Gardens
Apologies
are a
if so.
4x4 grid. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, I agree. Ooh. Well, I'm looking forward to winning the Spring Valley Garden competition. Let's see here. Next up, we have Feast and Folly. You and your fellow players take on the roles of competing medieval chefs, seeking to create the most impressive banquet spread and satisfy the discerning palates of the noble guests. This is by Anna Dolezalova and Aliska Dolezalova.
There you go. You got it.
Very cool. Minimum player count, max player count of 2. So 2-player game. Interesting.
Got it.
So, but wait, it says you and your fellow players. So, like, I wonder if it's supposed to go higher.
I don't know.
It's
possible. Well, sometimes I think it's possible for people to get a little bit mixed up between the listing and the player's wanted card.
Yeah, I see.
If it's possible, sometimes there might be typos or errors or misunderstandings in the range, but or the S on the end of player could be the typo. Not really sure.
Yeah. Also could just be in a constant state of change, right? Like I know sometimes I'll update a game and my description stays the same and I forget to change out the description or something like that. Very interesting. I really like the theme here. Also, the name is solid. Feast and Folly. That's cool.
Oh, and we did let the plant ahead pun completely slip by.
Uh-oh. Let's go back. Yeah. What was it?
To be fair, there's another dad joke. Yeah.
Good.
Dad joke spotting.
All right, let's see here. Next up, we have Radio Killer. This is we have this designer in chat, right?
Yeah, this is Ashay. Neon Yellow Games.
Yeah, Ashay Fernandez. Radio Killer is a suspenseful set collecting game where players race against time and each other to survive a death trap laid by a famous recording artist. But now, one player will turn into the Mist.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's different than the time I've play tested this before. So there'll be a person controlling the Mist instead of like an AI. That seems like likely to fix the problem of everyone always dies every time. The AI kills everyone every time.
I like this giant space that says interlude. That excites me. Like, what's going on there?
Something triggers. Okay, so at first, they're not the Mist at the beginning. They don't start out as the Mist, but somebody similar to Betrayal at House on the Hill becomes.
So they become mystified. Nice. 3 to 4 players. Cool. 10-minute teach, 60-minute test, 20-minute talk. I'd become Mist. That'd be cool. Right? Like, you're just Mist. Like, literally, what's someone going to do? You're just misting it up. Part of the mystery.
Yeah. They add an air of mystery to the situation.
Like, grocery shopping as like an amorphous blob of mist would be so easy. All right. Midnight Void. Ooh, okay. Ashay is back with some mysterious Midnight Void. It's a one-shot RPG set in modern times. In the spirit of shows like Black Mirror and Twilight Show, players experience strange events that shatter their everyday life.
Ooh, my goodness. Boy, that one, if you can stick that landing, Ashay, I think you might be. It sounds marketable, basically, is what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think what I'd write down for my fear. You know what? It's ladders. I am terrified of ladders. I don't mind heights, but ladders scare the heck out of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like height that is unstable, basically. Are you afraid of the
no. Height that's unstable is fine. Like that's not an issue for me. It's just
Ladders
ladders
falling on you?
specifically. No, no, just ladders.
Okay.
I think ladders are terrifying.
Like just looking at them is terrifying, or being on them?
I think being on them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Being on a ladder scares the heck out of me. So I guess being on ladders specifically. Latter-day Saints. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Stay away from Utah. True.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Cool. Well, I guess I'll have to try this out and see if the Midnight Void is going to be made of ladders if I play this.
Oh, this is that's a long one. Wow.
120 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense. It's
you're gonna
RPG.
You're
right?
using Roll20. Mm-hmm. Well, to finish it, yeah. It's like a one shot. Actually, finishing a one shot RPG would be,
right.
120 minutes. Yeah, I think this is the Jack is a midnight nosh kind of gender. Zoe is or is an afternoon nosh. I'm sorry, kind of gender, and Midnight Void is Zoe's gender. Okay.
Midnight Void. I want to see that in parentheses next to your name on Discord.
And
Zoe, Midnight Void.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe I need to add that to the
that should be
hero
on
names.
I'd love that.
The secret identities.
What is a daylight void?
I don't know.
Just infinite light. Just...
And I think Ashay's is to the question to like finish the one shot story would be 120 minutes, or that's the expectation.
Next up, we have A Taste for the King by Derwent Reddy. Kings, long at war, tend to feast to unite the lands. A push your luck social deduction card game set in a medieval feast. Players compete to finish their menu first, but poison could lie in any dish. Okay.
The social deduction sounds new. I don't remember social deduction in this game last time.
2 to 8 players. Is there some Yomi going on here? I just immediately think of Yomi elements with poison in a dish. 10 minutes, 60-minute playtime, 20-minute talk. It's more bluffing than social deduction. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I like the name a lot. A Taste for the King. Very cool. I want to play this one. Secret message. Jambal, the menu. Very cool. Very cool.
Not enough Red Bull to play all the games and actually test your 120-minute game, Shay.
My friend, we're probably rolling into Friday with this list at this point, so you might as well, if you haven't already bought a case of Red Bull, you might as well and get ready. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, and here I was a few days ago. This is what happens when I tell you they're due on Sunday and then it turns out they're due on Thursday. I guess we get a lot more games.
Nice.
Note to self.
Zoe had a taste of the King last night. Did you go to Burger King? What did you get? What did you pick up there?
Okay, this one is one that Derwent has played. The Brewers of Canstatt.
Zoe will not elaborate. All right. Yeah, the Brewers of Canstatt by Gary Murphy. Brewers of Cans.
I guess you have some notes already on this playtest.
Yeah. Players take on the roles of brewers in mid-19th century Germany. Brew beer, gain loyal crowds, and sell to win midweight euro that's part worker placement, resource management, and area control.
Stadt is a city in Germany.
Stadt. Brewers of Cannstatt.
Yeah, there you go.
I was just hoping someone was going to say the stot was silent. It's just Brewers of Can. I was like, all right. I would believe that. If so, I would just believe that instantly. I would just assume that was true. I wouldn't even question it.
Checks out, yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. 3 to 5 players, 10-minute teach, 45-minute test, 15-minute talk. Okay. A lot of stuff going on in here. Very interesting. People want to drink like the king. I am the king.
It's not silent, Matthew. It means the word city.
Add. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my goodness. Let's.
Now we wait. How many?
Okay.
I wonder how many are left.
That's what I was checking too. Wow.
We have a lot, don't we?
1, 2, 3.
Oh no. Yes, if you might be immune to ads. 1 page left? Really? Okay, cool.
10 more?
10 more? Oh, easy.
Well, I don't know.
Ding sing. So are we ding ding? Are we ding dinging? Are we back? Can folks give me some ding dings?
Maybe you all subscribe and we don't have this problem anymore, Mark says.
Yeah. True.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. I think I need to leave you here. The birds are getting angrier. Let them in. They just want to come in and play. They want to watch the stream. Just open the window.
Yeah.
It's don't do that. Run. Anyway, next up we have Elemistic. This is by who is this? I don't think I've seen this designer before. Jamie? This is by the one and only Jamie. Awesome. Elemistic is a theme-light, tactical-tight, 9-card dueling game that features hand management, bluffing, and Yomi across several rounds. Interesting. 5-minute teach, 15-minute test, 15-minute talk. Minimum 2 players, maximum 2 players. Jamie, what am I playing this? Jamie. Literally tomorrow? All right, cool. Sweet. All right. I'll add it to my schedule. Anything you'd like to tell us about the game?
Well, I know that it's signed. I can remember that announcement that came out recently. So.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, Jamie just said scroll down. Nice.
Yeah, that's
smart.
I mean, me, Jamie. Like, I wrote this already. Just read it.
So, I was at the last convention I was at. I was playtesting one of my games, and a designer asked me a question. I pointed at the card, and they were like, "Wow, that's so powerful! You can just tell me to read the thing." I was like, "Yeah, you can do that." And they were blown away by this, and I get it. I honestly understood, but that's important. You need to make sure people understand what the thing says is true. And then later on in a game, because I was thinking, well, I will just read the thing. I always tell designers, I love cheat sheets. I love reading the thing. I just, as long as it's there, I'll read it. And some other playtests, I was playtesting a game, and I asked the designer, what does this mean? And they pointed at the card, and I was like, oh no, I just did the thing. And it's right. I just did the thing that I know I shouldn't be doing because the card's right there. Yep. And so it's heartbreaking for me. Okay, next up we have Queen Bees. This is by Jay Bendixson. You're a bee, part of the hive, trying to make it big. Are you going to make the honey or bee your own boss and sell the pot? It's simple beaconomics.
Very good.
That's you bee. I like that bee.
Jay Bendixson is one of our Australian friends, and as you can see, a good graphic designer. It looks like a finished kind of cover to a game already.
Yeah, it's very cute. 2 to 5 players. Final testing. I haven't played this yet. I'm very excited to try this one.
Yeah, I've never heard of this one before. Jay has come before. A couple of Stoked is a game. I think maybe the first one he brought, and Little Succulents. If you've seen those games, those are also Jay's games. But
I've played a lot of Stoked. Do it. Submit a super last minute submission. Do it. I dare you. Oh, hey. Little briefcase, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, very
I'm
nice.
pretty sure that's Jay. Yeah.
Hello, Jay. Jay, when am I going to own a copy of Stowed? Yeah, I am good at Stowed. I am like so good at that game. Like, I was the champ of that game. Good. I think you mean great. I think you mean the best player at that game ever.
The goat.
Yeah, I am the goat. I am the Stoke goat. All right, next up is should be released this year. Excellent.
Ooh.
Good to hear. I will buy a copy. Next up, we have Fruitful by James Bishop. Fruitful is a competitive engine building game in which you plot the life of a tree. You'll absorb water and nutrients, ally with fungi, and grow branches, roots, leaves, flowers, and fruits. 2 to 5 players, 15-minute teach, 45-minute test, 15-minute talk time. Very cool. I love these trees. Look at that. That's cool. I want to ally with fungi. Same. Love the trees. That's such a neat thing. I want that. Or tree branches. Wait, branches? These look like branches, right? Is this a tree? These are trees with branches. I must be really tired right now. All right, next.
They're little. I've lost my. I need to get back to my place here. But yeah, that was that pollination or no.
That was fruitful.
Okay, fruitful.
Yeah, fruitful. And then next up we have Ovation. Great name. This is by Kirsten. So I haven't played this yet. I've been wanting to play this for a little while now. Become a great classical composer in this engine building game. You'll manage your primary resource, inspiration, draft cards, attend musical performances, and earn public maestro goals. Very cute. Love that box art. 1 to 4 players, 10-minute teach, 45-minute test, 15-minute talk. I also have a maestro game, so I'm very interested in this.
Oh, and it's on, it's all built up on screen top. That's exciting.
Oh, wow. Going on to Kickstarter June 20th. Very cool.
Ooh, that's exciting. That's news to me. So.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
All the latest Kickstarter news is on Protospiel Online. Very cool. You definitely want to play this. All right. Next up is Questabel. This is also by Kirsten. I've seen this, and I have not played it. Questabel is a cooperative mission-based word-building game using the L deck. It won the 2022 L deck contest and is in development for publishing in 2024.
Exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of like, it's kind of a riff on, The Crew. It's like behind me on my shelf, but yeah, so kind of like The Crew, how you have like a series of missions, but the missions are, instead of trick taking related, let's cooperatively spell this word. Like I start, it's like it's different every time. Like exactly what the rules sort of are of the challenge change a little every time. So I got to play test that one at the last event.
That's cool. I love me a spelling game, so that is up my alley for sure.
Yes, you're helping me, The Crew.
Very nice. Definitely want to try that out. Let's see here. Next up, we have Duck Duck Sploosh.
So yeah, we have the Kirsten section now too.
Kirsten, my first game was a word game. That was the first game I made, and it had maestros and spelling. So let's do it. Let's do some playtesting. I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm sure it has that playtest problem of like trying to get playtesters who will go through the whole series of all the challenges, right? Instead of just the first 2 or 3.
Oh, I'll do that. Absolutely. This is another Kirsten game. Duck Duck Sploosh is a silly take that water gun fight card game for 3 to 6 players. On their turn, players can dry off, call mom for protection, or choose their weapon and attack. Driest player wins.
You're not the biggest offender. It's not even offensive to have multiple games.
Yeah. Put as many as you want.
Yeah, we also had an Emily and a Zoe section that you may or may not have seen.
I love the calling mom, because I feel like if I called my mom, she would look at me and go, no. She would say, no, you're on your own. Thanks, Mom.
She actually has her own water gun.
Yeah.
Water balloon. She just...
Gosh, my mom would probably be the one that would dunk me.
Right.
Your mom would she's like, you gotta learn somehow, she'd say, as she shoots me with a water gun. This is the real world. 5-minute teach, 30-minute test, 10-minute talk.
Oh gosh, not when I'm drinking, Matthew. You're gonna kill me.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. We definitely don't want that. This is cute. I just want to scroll up and look at the image again. I like the duck dodging water. I love that.
That's cute. And yeah, like too many moms kind of spoil the fun. The game is over now.
That's amazing. That's so good. Top tier. Let's see. Next up, we have Fish or Fire. Now it has whales.
Okay. Does it make an important difference?
I don't know.
You're so funny about this game. Like people are like doing the credit card on table, take my money thing to you, and you're like, it's not. No, not right now. I'm really sure where that vibe comes from, but
so I may not keep whales at all. I'm trying something really weird with this. Basically, hold on. I had like some things I wanted to attempt to solve in the game. What were those things? Let me see. I had a list. Let me look for this real quick. Yeah, I wanted players to win more rounds. I wanted players to lose. If this is hilarious because they're kind of opposing, but I wanted players to lose out of the game faster, but thus jump into the game faster. I wanted players to second guess playing fire more. And I wanted to lean into the very spatial element of the game. So I wanted whales to accomplish all of that.
Wow.
Which means they're weirdly complex, but also hopefully not too complex. But I do think they lead to some tricky memory element. Basically what whales do, they make all adjacent fire count as one fish.
Which you have to understand the rules for, I guess.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
For people who play tested with you before, they know what you mean, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, basically your goal is to reveal fish without revealing fire. And a whale is not a fish, but whales splash around a lot, so they put out the fire. All the fire in this game are like fish on fire for who knows why. And then it puts out the fire and then they become a fish.
Okay.
And it's like a bluffing and bidding game. So if you don't know the game, now you know the rules and you can play at home anytime. It's that easy.
Oh no.
Jamie, I'll send you a new copy soon. 2 to 5 players, 5-minute teach, 30-minute test, 10-minute talk. Yes, please. I'd love it. All right. And then we have Russian Doll by Tanner Simmons. Use the doll cards in your hand. This is a cool theme. Use the doll cards in your hand to bid on the doll cards you want in your collection. Claim those dolls, stack and rearrange them into your displays, and score the most points to win. Okay, I love me a Russian doll. I used to play with those so much as a kid, and I wish I had one as an adult, and I don't, and I need to change that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
I don't know.
Did you just have one when you were a kid?
I never owned one. I would go to my grandparents' house and I'd play with theirs, but then they're not around anymore, so why didn't I inherit that? Like, it just seems like of all the things that I got, which was nothing, I definitely also didn't get the Russian doll. Right. I got like a train from my grandma, and she was like, "You loved this as a kid," and I was like, "I don't know what this is."
Isn't that funny? Also, yeah, I've had that experience too, being told what I loved as a kid, and I'm just like, I think you thought I loved it or should love it, but I don't. Yeah. I wasn't as jazzed about it as you thought I was. You all kept giving me presents that had it on it or whatever, but that doesn't mean that I loved it. Anyways.
Yeah, very, very neat theme. I would love to try this out just because I think that's a cool setup.
And this is an example of a game that's on playingcards.io, which we've like Tanner and I, we have it in the works. One of these days, I swear, like when life gets under control for me at least, we'll do a stream for Protospiel Online with more detailed information about playingcards.io. But they mention I made maybe like an hour ago of the fact that we're going to be at Boston Fig Virtual talking about these platforms. Tanner is kind of like the person among our community who is up for teaching about it and knows a lot about how it works. So it's kind of like screen top in that it's in a browser, but it's not as maybe complicated to get your head around the containers. It has less options. So, it's not going to work for every game, but for games it works for, it might be like a first easy way to build a game for some people. So it's also this playtesting this would be a good example of learning what it's like to play a game in playingcards.io. It's one of the few that's actually built in it.
Yeah, I want to get a game on there. I think that's a neat little, very, very simple, straightforward platform, it seems.
Yeah, I think that there's a little bit of confusing complication with making your tabletop temporarily or something like that. So that's the part that I want him to come around and help people with. So
yeah. Okay. All right. So next up we have Pollination. This is by Joe Slack and Sylvain Plan. This is collect different types of winged insects and send them out to pollinate a field of flowers. Quick to learn and play, but still quite strategic. This is 2 to 4 players, 5-minute teach, 30-minute test, 15-minute talk.
This is like you put it next to next to Hive on your shelf, maybe.
Yeah, some cool bee games.
Who is he that you're talking about, Mark? I lost the thread here.
I think it's about Tanner's
playingcards.io
game.
Oh, okay. Tanner got you to use playingcards.io. Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Next up, we have Gem Hunters, parentheses, WT, end parentheses, designed by Joe Cal. Quickly bring gems to your home base. Swap cards of others to create conveyor belt paths that to move yourself or opponents. Oh, that's spicy.
And from the Connor Wake has a conveyor belt game who probably wants to play test this game. So you can compare notes, but very new game, wanting to figure out which parts are the most fun, if any. The conveyor belt part has seemed to be the most interesting so far.
The conveyor belt mechanics are really cool, and I've wanted to experiment with those for a while, so I'm excited to try something like this. What a neat system too. It's so straightforward. Here's an arrow, thing goes here, cool, conveyor belt, done, boom. But it's always so satisfying, right? It's so satisfying moving a thing to another thing because of an arrow. I need to put arrows all over my house, like just on the floor. Like, where do I go? I go here. Got it. All right. Next up, we have Predict. This is by Joe Cal. Make a prediction about the final game state. What? Awesome. Bet on each opponent's prediction. Discover which predictions were true. This is a bluffing game, so it'd be ideal to use Discord video as well. Whoa. Whoa. What? That's neat. Is a mix of wits and wagers with cockroach poker. 3 to 7 players, 5-minute teach, 45-minute test, 10-minute talk.
Wits and wagers, but no, I'm assuming no trivia, though, right? But just the betting on who's good at what is what I'm picking up.
Interesting.
I'll read everyone's bluffs without video. You'll see. How fourth wall breaking for a tabletop game.
Jamie, 1v1 me.
I'm getting flashbacks to It's Complicated, or playing that with Matthew and him just like opening up with, so I have an ace high flush or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Listen, something you should know about me is I never lie in board games. I am always 100% honest, and you can take that to the board game bank.
Yes, and then I think I beat you with an ace high full house. Anyway.
Okay, Heather, calm down. Okay, Heather. Okay, Heather. All right. We will talk about this later. Okay. We will revisit this in a private setting.
Not in front of the kids. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Thank you. Scattered Nexus by Eli Beard. Players draft their deck by selecting 3 10-card piles and shuffle them together to make their deck. Then they take turns playing cards and attacking their opponent. Interesting.
Yeah, and Eli brought this game to Protospiel Online a long time ago, and it's I'm not like a big collectible card game kind of person, so I want to be careful about like terms I use. Like, don't quote me on this, but it's an ongoing project where like packs are being released for it, and it's a way to celebrate indie comics. So that's where the art is coming out of the indie comic world. So if you're a fan of that, you should seek out the game. And it's like once in a while there'll be another crowdfunding to release more cards. So this is probably a continuation, like maybe a new set of cards from what would have been tested way back at Protospiel Online. It's really exciting to see this built in a new platform.
Yeah, that is cool. Cool logo too. Really nice. Yeah. Heather and I don't need a rematch for reasons. Next up, we have Escape from Nemo's Island by Edward Weedig. The players have become shipwrecked on the island where Captain Nemo retired from the world long ago. They must work together to escape on the Nautilus, but also search independently for treasure. So it's a 15-minute teach, 45-minute test, 15-minute talk, 2 to 4 player game on Tabletop Playground. Food, fresh water, Shipwreck Cove.
Okay. So does this mean it's a semi-co-op?
Semi-cooperative.
Okay.
But maybe it's not though. I don't know. Maybe, I feel like there's like what is it? Like there's some weird ways where it's kind of that, but not really, right? Like what if, for example, there's one winner? Is it semi? I mean, I guess it's still a semi-cooperative kind of, but like some people interpret semi-cooperative like of all versus one kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, semi-cooperative seems like a very vague.
It's tough
format term, I guess. Is it like there can be just one winner, or either you all win or you all don't win? I guess semi-cooperative, like the first idea that comes to my mind is Dead of Winter, where it's like, you don't really win unless your personal goal is achieved, and everyone loses if the main goal isn't achieved. Yeah.
Right. Okay, next up we have How to Have Invented the Time Machine by Jack Rosetree. So I invented a time machine, and you can too. Time travelers using time travel to become the person that invented time travel. What? 15-minute teach, 30-minute test, 15-minute talk, 3 to 4 players. All right. I haven't read the details for any of these games, but I'm going to here. It will hopefully be a game. Currently, it is planned to be a 4-dimensional engine building game. That's all I'm going to read. So yeah, there we go. Mostly testing for timeline ending paradoxes right now. Amazing. I would love to play this. We all enjoyed this over the May Protospiel. Awesome. That's it.
Cool. That's it. You got to the end, and Jack did put in that last tempting prototype.
Well, the best way to start playing this game is to go back to the beginning right now. So let me go ahead and click through, and let's just reset. Let's do it. Wow,
because what time travel.
Awesome set of games, everyone.
Yes.
Seriously, so cool. Amoebities! I feel like I'm obligated to go here after everything and just hover over the buy badges button in case you haven't done it yet, folks.
That is true. Yeah, so before we hang up, I guess, like, if anybody has questions that they would like us to answer so you feel more ready for tomorrow, if you're still confused about anything, we'll do some silliness for a second and see if you have any questions.
I'm literally useless here. Well, no, I'm not useless. I'm like somewhat useful.
You can go ahead and, if you want to show people... you can scroll down a little bit on this page. FYI, everybody, this is where, if you look down, like Matthew, there you go. That's where you can get onto our newsletter as well, straight from the homepage. It's not very boldly called out. But there's a button there. That's how you get that guide that I talked about before. Time meatballs. I like this. Keep going. The endless time loop. Thank you. Before we put the corded phone on the cradle. Are we talking about time travel? We need to go back to that time. So is the joke with Fisher Fire that everybody wants you to be done, stop tinkering with it, and you are not satisfied? Is that what's happening here?
I don't know. Maybe. I think the problem is like I just can't decide anything, and so yeah, it'll be around eventually.
Okay. It's also not. You don't want it to cut in front of Lily Hop is probably another part of the vibe, right?
I kind of think so, but also like I don't know. It's one of those. It's just an interesting game to work on because I'm never sure. Yomi is tricky. Yomi is tricky. It was perfect like 3 Protospiels ago, and I like to think I'm still making it worse and worse every time. So what is it? Fish or fire? Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, and that is what Protospiel is for, is just help me fix this game. That is a totally valid, I don't even want to play it. I just want to show it to you and talk about it. You're absolutely allowed to do that if that's what you need before you take the next step. Is there a place you're allowed to place a link to a website? I guess, what do you mean by that? So like all of these listings you can put links into these listings, and you probably did. Hopefully you saw that. If you mean like to the people that you like live when you're in the is there a place in the Discord that you can post links? And maybe I should, before I keep talking, I should see if we have clarified that before I answer that question. And I'm not answering a question, I'm not asking. Yeah, Roger's designing tomorrow's game. Let's see. Yes, Fisher Fire needs to exist.
Thanks,
I've gotten. Oh, I said hang up the Twitch. I see. That's what the phone cradle comment was about. Oops. Yeah, which is it, fish or fire? Mm-hmm.
Yo meep.
Yes, yeah. Fish or fire or mammal?
Mersons.
Print it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yomi is tricky. Boy, y'all just like posted. I think all of you posted something at the exact same time, and so now we have to catch up with all of you. Yomi game with Yo Mersons. Yo Meep. That's the new gender. Russian doll game with a
new
travel
gender
game.
Just dropped.
Combine Russian doll game with time travel game to get Netflix Russian doll game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, if you always smashed B, wouldn't it be Yo Meeb instead of Yo Meep? Or would it just be
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't edit the listings, unfortunately.
Take my money should be a new status that can be chosen, like nearing completion. This is a take my money game. No. You as the designer don't get to define that. You're waiting for that experience to be granted to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't look like I did put a link on the listing, and you can't edit them, right? That's right. So the listings are for this. They are for the before event shenanigans, right? And to allow people to send you I'm interested in advance. So all the extra stuff that you can put on there is, kind of just for fun. It's not absolutely necessary that it be perfect. It's a moment in time, what you were saying about your game at that moment, right? The players wanted cards are a whole different system, and those are the things that actually say like, okay, let's go time. I want to play test this now.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't be able to post those. I'll turn on your ability. Like you can use the form, but nothing will happen when you use it right now. When you submit it, nothing will happen. But starting tomorrow at noon Eastern, something will happen when you submit it. And there are...
We have an ad. Hold on.
We have an ad? Okay.
People are going ding.
That's good, because I need to look at, like, double check something really quick here, so that I don't misspeak.
We have been dinged.
Okay, yeah.
It's back for me.
Cool.
But I don't know if it's back for everyone else.
And also asking about new metagames. Okay. Skipping ads is like watching the backstage shenanigans. Yeah. We talk about secret things. Well, it'll be seen on the replay, so it's not we're never going to do anything super secret during the ads. But for the people who are live with us, we don't want to leave them behind in the conversation.
I watched the Protospiel Online stream for the ads.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. But okay, so back to the what's going to happen with the player's wanted card. There are a couple of fields in there that give you a chance to share links to specific things. A link to your listing so people can get more information, and a link to your feedback form if you want to make a feedback form so people later can easily find it if they scroll back up through the looking for a game and the things that they played. But also, if you want to just give links to people that you meet. So we need to keep that kind of locked down with, like, none of our Discord channels are like a place for just ads to be getting spammed willy-nilly that have nothing, like non-contextual ads, I guess, like non-contextual links. We don't want that. We don't want just someone like, hey, here's a link. Like, I wasn't even talking to you about this. Nobody asked me for this, but here's a link. We don't want that. But when you're playtesting your game in a private table, like after playtesters have joined your game, the mod has sent you off to your private table, there's going to be something called current text chat that only you and the people in your table have access to at that time. Now, your table and your channel are going to disappear into the ether when all of you have hung up. So the person who started the table can leave, and it'll continue to exist until everyone who is in the table is gone. But in that place is where you can put links to, like, the people who are with you. If you're like, hey, I want you to, like, hey, do you like this? You want me to keep following up with you? Here's a link to my email list or whatever. Also, if you're not in the attendee directory yet, you can give us some of your, like, contact links that we can put in on the page for your attendee directory. And we have an archive of attendee directory that will stay past, like, even if you just only put it up in the middle of the weekend, you can put it up. The idea is to put it up way in advance so everybody can see who they're going to get to be hanging out with over the weekend in advance and start getting to know each other a little bit early. But it also stays up forever. So it's like, oh, that one person that I played that game, or I played their game, or they played my game, and I have a question for them. Let me try to remember, like, which social platform are they on? Like, where do they like to be talked to? You'll be able to see that on the attendee directory. So, got it. That was a long question, and people were chattering away. So I'm.
It's all dad jokes, Heather. It's all of it's dad. It's all dad. You can you can ignore all of this. I think. Any new there was one. Any new metagames this time? That's the other one.
No, nothing new, but everything I think is still in place. We'll go ahead and do confidential cards again too. I think that worked fine. Doing it the same way worked fine. I felt good about, you can fill out as many, like, you can have as many single cards going as you want to. Oh, I should have thought this ahead and had one with me, but that's just it's going to be like a single poker size card. You can print out, like, there's a printable sheet of them. You could do it by hand or whatever. And you can just hunt down, like, who's on what team and ask them their secret identity. So the secret identities of people on your team, but you have to ask people if they're not on your team for their secret identity. And this is kind of like one full card counts as a bingo pattern, and 2 of them together count as a bingo square for earning entries in the drawing. In the
Heather, what
live
team are you on?
drawing. I am on all of the teams. I am the only person that doesn't play. Like the moderators, this is a game that the moderators can play, but as an organizer and the person who built the thing and who's making the presents, that the winners will win for the Shout Out to Palooza game. I'm on all of the teams. Technically, I'm on Team Hearts, but I don't count for Team Hearts. Nothing that I do will count towards their this time.
Seems
I'm on Team
a little biased.
Yeah. I mentioned that before. That if you're a skip ads, actually, yeah, that's kind of sad for you. You pay to skip ads, and we just wait with you.
Well, it's more than that. Else. It's an intimate moment where they can see the true Heather and Matthew. Where I'm just staring awkwardly and doing like some very poor beatboxing, and we talk about miscellaneous things.
That's correct. Or we find our place again.
Yeah,
we take the pause we needed anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is all part of the prototype listing. Like, I would rather have them be editable. That was the original design goal, but we have a WordPress site, and there's a problem with it right now that is not easy to fix at all. So it's not editable, but it's kind of okay with me that it's not editable, in the sense that I don't want you all to fuss too much over this posting. This is like a moment in time. It's a prototype. It's not done. Nobody expects it to be perfect. And I don't really want you to, wait a minute, just one more thing about that. I think I'd rather have you work on your prototype itself and get it ready to show everybody for the teach. And so it's not expected to be a perfect representation of your game. Just it calls it out there, like, this is me, this is the designer, this is the idea I have for a game, like the title for it. And actually, like, you can come back, people do come back next time with the same game, sometimes with a different name, and they represent it differently. They have a different picture, or maybe some of the mechanics have changed, and it's just a moment in time that's being shown, or that's what it's there for. We're back. A dinosaur story. That was you.
That was me.
Yeah.
I like the you're locked in when you submit. It's just like making a board game or anything else. Once you hit the print button, it's happening. You got to embrace it for what it is.
There's certain things that it's like, oh, that's a typo, and like, it's just wrong, and I want to fix it, and I understand, but I can't even fix it from the back end. It's broken even in the back end. It's pretty gnarly.
Perhaps the greatest treasure of all was the typos we made along the way.
Right. Protodad.
Oh, goodness. Any other questions from anyone? Any other insight you're all looking for?
Let's see. And yes, you're welcome for that answer. So, does Sad Jokes have a box on the bingo card? Zoe said before that Velociraptor fulfills every possible bingo card thing. That's maybe the reason it was designed. Well, I'm saying that. Was it the reason it was designed? Let's see. Papa Spiel. Oh, and thanks Mark for plugging it in New Zealand. We're working on strategies for making sure everybody around the world has people kind of in their time zone to be with when the others are asleep. That is the goal. Yeah. Team Hearts. Yes, I am Team Hearts. But I can see all the teams, so I'm not really on Team Hearts. You still haven't been on your favorite. Oh, your favorite suit must be Spades from your icon, right? Perfectionist spiel. Perfect spiel.
Spiel.
Yes, I'm happy to see that low or set a low bar so no one feels bad with your. So I invented a time machine, and you can too. A graphic. Yes.
I think that's a high bar to beat, honestly. Like, my handwriting does not look that good.
Okay, I finished MV in Link somewhere. What's MV?
My Valentine. Oh,
No, that's
screen top.
right. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was. Oh, what does MV stand for? It was midnight something.
The Midnight Void.
Void, yes. All the theme and formats now. It's a quick bingo filler.
Oh my god.
And it also, like I said before, only takes 15 minutes. So why wouldn't you play Velociraptor? Twice, 3 times.
So I don't want to get hit with a meteor.
12 hours ago. Yes, let's do it. Did use it when making micro games. The bingo card, you mean? Interesting.
We have a question. I am a first-time timer. How do I join other designers' games? Will I get to see the links to their game servers on one of the Discord channels?
Let's see. 12 minutes, 12 hours. Okay, I see that one. Yeah, so within our server, we have, you can't see any, you don't see what it looks like when the event is open right now. Like on all the time that we're registering badges, you're kind of sitting in a stasis state in our Discord server with a bunch of the instructions to read and a couple of channels where you're able to talk. We keep the conversation very focused, like just in a channel we call Clubhouse. That's really the only place that's open between events to chat to each other. So we don't have a lot of different topics to chat on or forums or anything like that in our server, because our server is mostly an event. It's meant to be an event venue. It's meant to get really busy during the event and be a through line to just keep in touch between events. And so you'll see when it actually opens, there are going to be a lot of voice channels inside the server that you've registered into. That is the Protospiel Online Discord server. So there will be a moderator in a channel that you can't see yet called LFG Voice that is in the Looking for the Game section of the Discord server. There also will be another moderator during North America waking hours in a voice channel called Coffee Talk in the Coffee Talk section. And that's just a place to socialize so that if you want to socialize, you're not interrupting people's conversation as they're trying to pitch their games. And yeah, if you want to pitch your game, you go to LFG Voice. If you want to play somebody else's game, you go to LFG Voice. And the moderator will kind of be there live on camera with you to make sure everybody's following the understanding the procedure and following through on it. But there is a forum on our website where the designer will post. It will make a formatted post into that channel. It's not possible for that to ever happen outside of event hours, but we'll turn everything on all of a sudden on Friday, and you'll see what it's like. Once they've posted it, people who want to play it will put a ready to play reaction on the post. And once the moderator sees that there's enough people to play, they'll send the designer to a special section of our server that's managed by a bot called Auto Voice Channels that makes voice channels that exist only when they need to exist. So they'll appear when it's time for the designer to run their playtest, and then when everybody leaves that voice channel, there's no table anymore, and you go back to LFG, rinse and repeat. So yep, that's what it'll be like, and there'll be a live moderator with you to point your eye to the right thing to look at and explain when it's time to put a reaction for your first time. You'll get used to it really fast, though, I find. And a lot of alumni who have done all this before also, you'll be able to learn by watching them, I think. The bingo listing, yes. Looking at the bingo listing for mechanic ideas and stuff like that. Yay! I hope that can be helpful. Yints, you all made watching this too much fun by humoring our chatters. Oh yeah, Matthew is a chatter creator and a chatter encourager for sure.
I like a good chatter.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I'm a laugher, so we get us together. Like, he's being silly and I'm laughing at him, and I'm maybe a little contagious there. Yes, Meep. Yes'm.
Yeez meeple.
But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I feel like I've answered these very common questions. I shouldn't be surprised that these are questions. I think it's very hard to picture what it's going to be like before you do it, even if I have written what it's going to be like, but I think it can be hard to read the instructions and visualize what that's going to be like when you follow those instructions until you just do it the first time. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is, though. It's actually, I feel like it's a lot less complicated than having participating in it. Like, once you understand how it works, to me, feels less complicated than having a spreadsheet sign up, because I can pop into the channel, see what's going on, participate in it. Basically, I can just be present, and I don't have to be looking at my watch like, when did I promise I would be there?
Right.
What am I have to do? Like, I just don't, no stress, no time stress. Just do what's available and be present with those people until you're done, and then stop and take a break or go back into LFG or go into coffee talk. It's just like, it's very free like that.
I would say my insight is, because this happens on Break My Game too sometimes, is just, what do I do? And my recommendation, join the voice channel and just let the person there who's supposed to be there guide you. And it will immediately click. Immediately. But I think it's so hard to audibly and visually explain it until you just do the thing, unfortunately. There was a question. I guess I will be able to join any games without pre-registration using the LFG channel. I believe you still have to register for the event to join the Discord, but once you're in, you just join the voice channel. You'll get organized into a game.
Yeah, your handle doesn't look familiar to me. So if you don't have I'm sorry, I've lost track of this handle. I've seen you talking. I can't remember if there was a posted game. Like, if you posted a game, you definitely have a badge. You can't do that without a badge, so you would have a badge. But if you don't have a badge yet, get a playtester badge so that you get access to the Discord. But yeah, there's no, it's not, you'll notice we weren't saying like, and this one's going to be available on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. There are some listings on there that say, the designer says like, I'm planning to be around on Saturday and Sunday, or the morning on Friday, and blah, 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 or whatever they choose. They have like a few like blocks of time they can choose, but they're not promising to be testing a certain game at a certain time. They're saying they'll be around, either playtesting for other people or playing their game on this or that day. So that helps you look out for them. And then saying you're interested sends them an like the button on the I'll share my screen real quick so I can just point right at it. Hold on. This button, this interested to play button, is always on every listing. It's automatically created. If you click it and fill out and like choose the name, that game's name in the form, it knows who the designer is. It will send them an email to say this person is going to be looking out for you at the event. So that helps them. And you're all of your names in the Discord server are your real names, so you can see who. Like, you don't have to go, which like neon yellow, like the way it is in Twitch. Like, I'm going, little briefcase is Jay, and neon yellow is a Shay, and stuff like that. And that's just like an extra layer to remember for me. In like, as a new attendee or something at Protospiel Online, their name on the listing is their name and their display name in the Discord server, so you can find each other easily that way. And you can, like, you'll see who's around because they'll be in voice channels. So also the experience of being at Protospiel Online is there's just on the left side of the screen, that's where all the channels are. And when people are actively in voice channels, you see their names listed together. Like, we'll see like Heather and Matthew and Jack are playing that game, or in a table together playing a game. You kind of know contextually. So
that Heather's destroying me.
You were destroying me until you had lost. That's what was actually happening.
You were winning until you lost.
Exactly. But,
got it. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think did I answer the full question? That's the idea of posting these in advance, It's not about actually scheduling it or signing up for anything. It's just telling each other, yay, I hope I get to play it. I'll be watching out for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's see. Jay says it would be cool for new designers to see a couple of visual examples of the Discord flow. I've a lot wanted to record the experience, like screen record the experience. I get really nervous about privacy and like all the names. Like I was just saying, there are people's real names that you could see in the server. So I just have to figure out how to do that. You know, I'm very open to being helped with this because this is something that I would like to have a video that I can, people can say, what's it going to be like? And I can just send them the video, but it doesn't reveal any, it's going to require some editing, like more than I don't edit these. Like
Heather,
here we are, we're doing this. And
I can help with that. Just
okay.
Let's chat at a later time.
Yeah, we can totally do that. One of these days we'll have something like that. That would be great. And good night, Roger. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, same question. Yes, well, it's been set up over a long period of time. The first one was in April of 2020. So we iterated we didn't show this prototype, but actually the very first prototype in the prototype listing is Protospiel Online. We test it every 3 months. Yeah, and you're welcome for all overview of all the games. And that is the end of the list. So I think we're ready to say good night.
Have a great night.
Thanks for joining us.
We did it. We did all the games. Let's do them again all weekend.
3 hours. It's okay though. It was fun.
No, it was great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me, Heather.
Yes, yeah. Thanks for filling in. Well, David is on vacation, but hopefully we'll get to see David. Those of you who are coming to the event, I think David will be back by Sunday, so you'll get to see a little bit of David, even if not on the stream.
Awesome.
And he'll be back for the giveaway live stream in a little over a week. Really quick turnaround. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.